What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever Rammys awards ceremony, guys. This is the Rammys 2023. So, for those of you who've been with the channel for a while, you'll know what we're doing today, right? So, basically, what we do is for the last couple of years, I think it's been 2 years in a row we've done this, we come together and we give some awards out, okay? Some prestigious awards. This year is going to be no different, except there's going to be some extra stuff that makes it even more exciting than previous years. Because we're going to be giving out some very prestigious awards to some very deserving people. And I mean that in both a good and a bad way, of course. But this year, there's going to be some more good to balance out the bad. We're going to not only focus on some of the worst anti-vegans, the worst meat flakes of 2023, we're going to focus on some of the best vegans of 2023. And we're even going to take a look at some meat flakes that improved in 2023 as well. So we get a bit more of a dynamic take today. So let me explain how things are going to go, guys, all right? The Rammys is going to be split into two sections. Two sections today, right? Awards for non-vegans, meat flakes and more, and awards for vegans. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to split it like that, right? The non-vegan category, okay, guys, the non-vegan category today is going to have the awards for these following things we're going to give awards for, okay? 3 awards for the non-vegan category. We're going to give an award for the Meatflake of the Year. Of course, the Meatflake of the Year 2023, the most prestigious award that we give out here at the Rammys, right? That one is coming. We're going to give an award for Most Improved Meatflake, which is a new award this year. We're bringing that in this year for the person. Well, I'll explain what it is later, but Most Improved Meatflake of the Year. And finally, for the non-vegans, we're going to give an award out for Pre-Vegan of the Year. Okay, so that's someone who's not a vegan, right? And they're going to get Pre-Vegan of the Year award. Now, some of you who maybe are new to the channel, maybe you've not caught up with this yet, you might be wondering, what is a meat flake? So it's good that we address that early on, right? Because the biggest part of today's stream is going to be our Meat Flake of the Year award. So a meat flake, guys, a meat flake is someone who gets incredibly emotional and incredibly offended by vegans. By anything a vegan does or says, they go way overboard with loads of nonsensical, hilarious things. They do and say hilarious things because they get really triggered and really upset, and they just become irrational and moronic, basically. In TLDR, right, in short, they're overly emotional meat eaters who can't control themselves. That's basically what a meat flake is, all right? So Meat Flake of the Year, Most Improved Meat Flake, and Pre-Vegan of the Year are 3 awards we're going to be giving out in the first segment of today's show, of the award ceremony. The second part of today's ceremony, and there'll be a little break in between, all right? This is going to be for the Vegan Awards. So we're going to have awards in the vegan category for Most Improved Vegan, which is a really big one, of course, Outstanding Vegan Legend, which is another big one, Grumpiest Vegan, Best Vegan Celebrity, Gone But Not Forgotten, and also one last one, the Hall of Fame Award. All right? So these are going to be the awards for the vegans today. Most Improved Vegan, Outstanding Vegan Legend, Grumpiest Vegan, Best Vegan Celebrity, Gone But Not Forgotten, and Hall of Fame. All right? That's what we're going to be doing today for the vegans. Now, a disclaimer for the Vegan Awards before we kick this whole thing off. This awards ceremony is going to be mostly focused on known meat flakes and known vegans, okay? Now, this doesn't mean that these are the worst meat flakes out there. I've seen some pretty disgusting people and some pretty hilarious meat flakes. But these are the ones that we're all going to know the most, and that's why they're in here, okay? The same goes for the vegans. The vegan awards that we give out today doesn't mean these vegans are somehow better than an amazing vegan who's doing incredible work, but that just isn't known. That's not what I'm saying when I give these awards out, okay? I'm giving these awards out to known vegans and known meat flakes. We're focusing, honestly, mostly on known across social media, not known in real life, okay? So All you vegans out there doing amazing work off social media, out of the limelight, thank you. You're incredible. But today's ceremony is not for you. All right? It is for you to watch, but it's not. You're not going to get an award today. Okay? Making that clear. We're not ignoring you. It's just that's just not how we're doing this ceremony. That's something we could consider in the future. Unsung heroes. We could do an unsung heroes award ceremony where we focus on people who don't have an image in the public eye and who go unknown. We could do that in the future for sure. Just don't want anyone feeling like they're undervalued. So that's how we're doing it today. The voting system, okay, guys. So this year you can vote on the Meatflake of the Year. Okay, that is open for voting, and we're going to do this big chunk of the ceremony is going to be finding out who you think should win Meatflake of the Year. The other awards, you have already nominated people, and I've taken all your nominations, and myself and Annie have made a decision on who we think should take the awards for vegans out of the nominations that have come in, and then the other Meatflake awards also are coming from us, but you get to decide the Meatflake of the Year. You get to make the vote today, okay? So tune in, guys, and listen up now, because I'm going to tell you how it's going to work, okay? Each nominee for Meatflake of the Year is going to have a unique word that you're going to use to vote for them, okay? So each person that we look at and we laugh at and make fun of, they're going to have a word that you type into the live chat here. And when you type it in and put it in the chat, that's your vote. You can vote for everybody if you want. You can vote, say I think we've got 8 or 9 contenders today. You could vote for all 8 of them, but you can only vote once per person. So if you really, really, really wanted to vote for one person, you can't just spam the chat with their word. Please just post their word once, okay? So imagine if it was me, like, oh, you want to vote for David Rams as Meatflake of the Year, okay? Okay, the code for that would be Rams. So just post Rams once in the live chat. Don't spam it. It won't get counted as more than one vote. Annie will be taking note of how many Rams gets posted in the chat, right? And then that will be how many votes they got, okay? And she'll be keeping an eye on the chat the whole way through, all right? And as I said, you could vote for 5 people if you wanted. 5 different people. You could vote for everybody, but you can only vote once per person. Is that clear, guys? Give me broccolis in the chat if that is clear for you, okay? After, when we've decided who wins Meatflake of the Year, right? Once we've calculated the votes and we come together and we get this prestigious award handed to our Meatflake of the Year, that's when we'll start moving on to the other awards of the day, and then we'll have the vegan awards. So make sure you stick around to find out A, who gets Meatflake of the Year, B, who gets the other Meatflake and Meat Eater awards, but C, I think most importantly, if any of your favorite vegans win an award today, because I'm pretty sure they will. I'm pretty sure one of your favorite vegans is going to win an award because, hey, you guys voted for them. So this is great. This is good stuff. So looking at the chat, I see that you guys seem to be pretty damn ready to jump into this, don't you? That's exciting. So do me something before we get into it, all right? Guys, share the stream now with any vegan you know, all vegans you know, and say, hey, guys, you want to come over for this because this is going to be good, all right? Do that for me. Hit the like button, guys, as well. Hit that like button. And if for some crazy reason you're not subscribed, how did that happen? Hit that subscribe button right now, all right? And one more thing before we kick off, guys. If you've got a comment that you are just absolutely desperate for me to see, you've got a message that you're like, David, you need to see this right now, then please, you can do this. You can support the stream and you can make sure I see it by using the Streamlabs tip, which is in the pinned comment, or super chat. That will guarantee that I see it and I'll get to it and I'll respond to you, all right? So, guys, I think it's time to start looking at and having the votes for our Meatflake of the Year. I think it's time to kick things off. This is the Meatflake of the Year award, by the way, the award. That's the name of this thing, though. That's what it's called, all right? So we're not going to give this anybody because I love it, but you know, metaphorically, they're going to get it. Yeah, they're going to hand it over to give it to the camera and they can take it. But no, they're not actually going to get it. But yeah, this is the Meatflake of the Year award, what we're going to give out to somebody today. Should we have a look at the nominees, guys? Should we get this train on the tracks? Should we get rolling? I think it might be time to get rolling. So, to summarize how you vote, okay? I'll give you a unique word for the nomination, right? For the person. I'm going to show you what they did, right? And then after what we've seen what they did, we've seen their behavior, we've seen why they're a contender, then you can vote or you can hold back. It's up to you, all right? How we're going to go here. Let's do it. Let's get into it. So, our first nominee for Meatflake of the Year. All right, we're starting with Meatflake of the Year. Now, listen, some of you might have looked at the thumbnail for this video and thought, hey, David, look, that big chunky dude stuffing his face with burger like that with fast food. Come on, dude. Like, vegans shouldn't do that. That's not fair. You shouldn't stereotype people like that, okay? You know, it's all about body acceptance, and that's shaming, and you shouldn't do that because it's not like this person exists. It's just a meme created by vegans, isn't it, right? That's all this is. That's what people are going to be saying about this, right? Well, unfortunately for the people saying that, this person does exist, and he is our first nomination for Meatflake of the Year. Some of you will be following and watching videos by Vegan Muscle Outreach, who are now known as Mel and Steve. Well, they encountered the meat flake in the thumbnail recently. Here he is. This guy actually exists. We're going to have a little look at this guy. We're going to see why he is here and why he is a contender for Meatflake of the Year. And before we kick this off, I just want to say a great job by Mel and Steve here because, wow, this was something.
Don't you dare touch me. Animals are being murdered and put into gas chambers for you. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? You're a coward. Okay, we're paying for rape. You can't even look at the screen, you're a coward. You paid for this mother cow to be raped. Don't touch the screen.
This guy.
Don't touch the screen.
He exists.
Coward. Do you think
See? He exists. Look at this
intimidation
guy.
is good? Away from the screen. Are you that triggered?
You're now putting that away right in my back. Yeah?
Microphone, that's
You're
what
in my
happened.
back.
You're not even looking.
I know what I'm eating. Doesn't bother me.
What are you
Can you
trying to
believe
prove?
this guy exists?
Most people are compassionate and kind against animal abuse. Do you not?
Me eaters know what they're doing.
No, they don't. Are you a baby cow, bro? Are you a baby cow? Is he a baby cow? Do you understand that you're a
Man,
human?
the
and
state
not a
of
baby
this
cow?
guy.
Don't have
He
enough.
can't answer.
Can you imagine the smell? Can you imagine how this guy smells?
Weak and pathetic. Murdered at 5 years old.
Murdered.
Not nice. This is your intimidating. You're disgusting. Do you know you're disgusting?
This
Are you a
scumbag.
farmer? How do you feel knowing that babies scream for their life in a gas chamber for you? Also, your taste pleasure is disgusting and pathetic.
They get eaten.
Just a meat eater
They
who
get
knows
eaten.
everything. Pathetic. You know what we call people like you? It's a meat flake.
She's calling. Can you not?
Of course, I can film who we want. If you were about to be put into a gas chamber, would it be fair if I started talking about the environment?
She's comparing animals to real life people.
Are you not? Are you not dating the lady? It's disgusting behaviour.
I'm a meat foot.
What's so good about humans?
There's nothing good about you, my darling. I have stuff to do today.
Like kill animals. That's because you're triggered. You're triggered.
Yummy.
Jeez,
Ran
man,
a
this
fox.
One second,
guy.
speak to this guy. Are you feeling a little bit triggered today?
So let me tell you the vote for this guy, alright? I forgot to tell you the word. The word for this guy is going to be the meme, okay? This guy is the meme because the meme that goes around of the bacon troll. What does a bacon troll look like, right? People made this meme and you've seen the meme, right? It's this big fat dude and he's eating and he's watching TV and we like the bacon troll. It's the meme, yeah? He exists. Can you believe the guy actually exists in real life? He is the meme, all right? So voting for the meme, that's how you vote for the meme, by putting the words, the meme.
Are you feeling a bit triggered today? Does baby animals being murdered make you feel triggered? Does it make you feel big having someone's body in a burger, standing in front of people trying to defend babies? Does that make you feel big? Isn't it funny? They always never talk.
I'm busy eating.
Do you know who you're eating?
Beef.
Do you know who?
Daisy.
That cow that you're eating, how old do you think they were? Don't you dare touch me. How old do you think they were? How old do you think they were? And you're eating cow pus.
You know what's interesting about this one as well? What makes him particularly nasty and like sicko is most meat eaters who aren't complete and utter, I don't know what the word would be, just aren't the dregs of society. Most meat eaters are not like him, right? Most meat eaters, they eat meat, but they don't hate animals. It's a disconnect. They They just kind of do what they do and don't really think about it. So most meat eaters would actually be disgusted in what he's doing. They'd find it to be disrespectful. They'd find it to be unreasonable. They'd say he's picking on someone who's much smaller than him, right? Who is just trying to do a good thing for the world. Even though they might not agree with Mel, they would definitely think that he is being a douchebag, right? So it's this what makes this even more interesting and even worse is that this guy would have most people in general against him, and this is what we end up doing when you are a meat flake of the highest order. This is what you end up doing when you can't control your emotions and you're basically a man-child. This is the kind of behavior you end up enacting on people, right? He is a product of a society that doesn't value or no longer values maturity, that no longer values being, I don't know, having self-respect. You don't have any self-respect and you're immature, you end up looking and acting like this guy. He is the absolute epitome, peak meat flake, absolute peak meat flake. So much so that he is a meme. You never would have thought this guy existed, but here we are and he exists.
Do you know what happens in the dairy industry? Do you know what happens in the dairy industry?
So good.
Do you know that's breast milk for a baby cow? Do you think it makes you manly, eating a baby animal? Do you think that makes you manly? What made you so triggered that you wanted to do this? Usually people who are triggered are people who care. Can you explain to me why? Can you explain to me why? No? Bit of a coward. You're a coward. You can't even talk about what made you. You're a coward. What made you come and stand here like this with cow pus and blood and pay for baby animals to be murdered? What made you do that? Think you're big? It's usually people actually who aren't that manly, who feel like they have to do things like that.
So you got it there. There you go. Like I told you earlier, when people don't actually respect themselves anymore, and traditional masculinity, right, is the opposite of what he's doing. She pointed that out there, that this is not a manly thing to do, and this is I couldn't agree more. Traditionally masculinity is to be stoic, is to be rational, is to be reasonable, and is to not act in overly emotional ways and attack people like this with like trolling. So she actually pointed something out interesting there that I think is a great observation. I saw we had a super chat earlier, right, from Veghead. Thank you so much, Veghead, for the super chat. Appreciate that. But in so many ways, this is so wrong and so cringe in so many ways. What a peak meat flake this person is. And this is good that we start off with this guy, in my opinion. It's good that we start off. I'll mute it and just let it play as well. Because starting off with this guy actually shows us what a meat flake looks like. As some of you probably thinking, well, wait a minute, what is a meat flake exactly? I still don't get it from the definition. Like, okay, well, here's one perfect example of what a meat flake looks like. Let's get the audio back up.
Would you eat a baby?
That's cannibalism, I did.
Would you do that? They're made out of the same thing. It's meat.
Beef and humans are different.
No, we're made out of the same thing.
No, meat is...
You're made out of meat, just like these other individuals. Look, you pay for someone to rape a mother cow. Are you okay with paying for rape? You can't even look at the screen because you're a coward. You paid for this mother cow to be raped. Don't touch the screen.
I didn't know.
Don't touch the screen. It's coward. All he can do is wear a bit of flesh because he's a coward. Move away from the screen, please.
No.
Do you think intimidation is good?
It's not intimidating anyone.
Yes, you are. You're standing.
You
You're standing right in front of somebody's face.
My face.
Look how close you are. We can have a civilized conversation
I can-
away from the screen.
I suppose the only kind of positive of this situation is, let's be real here. Let's be totally real for a second in that, if this guy doesn't change what he puts in his body and doesn't get over he's clearly a highly emotional person, clearly quite high stress levels because he's triggered by the vegans. Add that to the state of him and what he's done to his own body and what he's done to his health. He's not got long, right? And I mean, I said that as a positive thing actually, but I take that back just as an observation. Dude needs to change something, right? So maybe instead of coming down and getting stressed and upset with vegans, risking himself having a heart attack, maybe you should start eating a lower calorie plant-based diet lose about half of his body weight, which is, I think even then he'd still have too much, and stop getting so damn triggered all the time, because you're not going to last, mate. It's not going to go on for much longer, and I don't wish that on anybody. Like I said, I take it back earlier. I was making a joke about it being a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing. I'd rather this guy actually turn his life around, you know what I mean? As opposed to having to have it go that far and having a bloody heart attack or something. But for entertainment purposes, yeah, the meme is there. By the way, guys, anyone joining just now, the vote for this guy, you can vote for this guy to be our Meatflake of the Year, and you can do it by putting the words the meme in the live chat, the meme, because hey, he is a living, breathing meme. One of the first I've ever seen, to be honest with you. Just absolutely terrible. We're gonna leave this guy there. I think we've done about 4 minutes. I think that's 4 minutes too much for this for this guy. Great work, Mel Steve, guys. One more time, give it up for the meme. If you want to vote for the meme, possibly one of the worst on the list, but we've got a diverse list today, okay, guys? Dynamic list. We've got some different people who would meet flakes for different reasons. So vote for the meme if you want the meme to win. All right, and we're off, eh? Got our first nominee up there. Yeah, what can I say? What can we say, guys? What are you going to do, huh? These people are around, and I think Mel and Steve handled him pretty well. I think, at some part of me did think he deserved a slap, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. Just a little one, just to show him that, if he overstepped, it would have been good to see someone, if he was physical, somebody else come in and show him that. Vegans, we have a limit, you know what I mean? And you can't just come and do that kind of thing, and you can't step over that line, You can't step over the line. You can't physically, make contact with a vegan, something like that, otherwise you're going to get a slap. I think he deserved one. But I think he specifically held back because he probably was scared of it happening. You see, these types of people, they are cowards. She was right to call him a coward multiple times. And the reason for being a coward is he would never step over that line, because all he's got really is this kind of like behavior. But the second it got into any actual physical altercation, like for example, you see how he picks on Melissa as opposed to Steve, who is also there, who is massive. Yeah, that tells you a lot about what you need to know about this loser. All right, the next nomination is one that you definitely all are aware of. Okay, guys, you've definitely seen this guy around. And you probably saw this. Our next nomination is Mr. Tristan Tate. Oh, yeah. Tristan Tate is up for Meatflake of the Year also. For his, I don't know what you would call it, performance, I guess you would call it, debating Joey Carbstrong. Now, I guess you've all seen the debate with Tristan Tate and Joey Carbstrong. And rather than going and making you watch this whole mess again, I have cut it down. I've cut it down to 2 minutes 30. I've picked out I got this from around the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes, because that's where most of the, I guess the main action happened. And I've picked out the bits that I think make Tate one of a nomination that should be considered for Meatflake of the Year for 2023. All right, and then we've got a bit of a game with this one. All right, we're going to play a bit of a game with this video. It's only 2 minutes 30. I want you to count how many times Tristan Tate says "I don't care," because ultimately a 2.5 hour debate boils down to Tristan Tate saying "I don't care" multiple times, while not necessarily engaging with what Joey was saying completely, and basically always kind of reverted back to "I don't care, I'm a predator, I don't care, you can do what you want, I don't care." So, you guys gonna count how many times Tristan Tate says "I don't care," and if you decide you want to vote for Tristan Tate to be crowned our Meatflake of the Year 2023, one of the worst anti-vegans of the year, then the code for this one, the voting code, is Tristan Tit. Right, guys? So Tristan Tit in the live chat if you want to vote for Tristan Tit. All right, let's watch this and let's count how many times he says "I don't care."
I truly don't care. As of right now, I don't care 1% about any of the issues vegans bring up. Like any meat-eating creature on Earth, I don't feel sad for the prey that I consume. But
Piers Morgan pretends like he doesn't care. Like he cares. He thinks he cares about bees and all that sort of shit. He doesn't.
I don't care about bees, but I don't care about the other animals I eat either.
I said you do care about many other issues. That's what I said. You do care about many other issues.
Indeed,
and
I
you care
do.
about human beings, and you care about other animals. And so you're not just a heartless person who lacks empathy and doesn't give a shit about anything. Because I used to be around people like that.
No,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I care very deeply about humanity and other people. But
Exactly.
I don't think that extends to the animal kingdom.
Well, I don't know why you would give a bunch of money to a dog charity if you didn't care about non-human animals.
I love dogs, but if you wanted to eat your dog, I would not have a problem with you eating your dog. Yes, I'd have a problem with you eating my dog. I don't particularly care if somebody eats their own dog, and that the dog meat festivals that happen in China, etc. I don't want to go there and stop them from doing it. If you're working at a dog factory, killing the dog so you can eat it, I would not care. I think cruelty is completely justified, completely, when it comes to getting fed. I don't think you should
See, you know, with this, with the amount of stuff that he said in this whole thing, you know, the general reaction from both meat eaters and also vegans was pretty negative about what Tristan had said here. A lot of people don't identify with this type of heartless, emotionless, empathyless take on the other animals that we share the world with. Now, like, Tristan has a lot of empathy for humans, and he does a lot for charity with humans, and he does a lot for charity with dogs, because he has empathy for some reason, dogs that are in need need to be rescued off the street, but not dogs that are in need that need to be rescued out of the dog meat trade. So there's a big cognitive dissonance there. I don't really get how that works for him, but his disregard for practically all animal life didn't sit well with most people. Even meat eaters were commenting saying, as a meat eater, I don't vibe with this. I have empathy for animals, but I think there are good ways to do it. Things like that, you know, the meat eaters wanted humane killing, whereas in this video, you'll see Tristan even says, I wouldn't really care if someone ripped the wings off a chicken while they're alive. I don't care about that. He actually says that. Joy pushes him, and he actually ends up saying, look, I actually wouldn't care, actually, to be totally honest with you. So again, this is what happens when you know for a fact that if you actually open up and be honest, that it means you're going to have to go vegan or you're going to look like a hypocrite. So what happens when you're a meat flake and you don't want to do that? You don't want to acknowledge the fact that you're not some kind of sociopathic person. You actually do care about animals. Well, the alternative to actually giving in and saying, you know what, Joey, yeah, I've thought about this, you're right, is to just say, I don't care. I don't care about any animals. I don't care about abusing animals. I don't care about killing, abusing dogs. I don't care about any of it, which is exactly what Tristan did, which is why he is a nomination for Meatflake of the Year. Guys, code Tristan Tit and keep on counting the I don't cares. We need to see what we're up to after we finish this little clip.
cut their arms and legs off while they're alive. I mean, killing something is never going to be not
Why would you
cool.
care?
Why
would you care?
I genuinely,
arms off while they're alive.
if somebody was raising an animal for food, let's say a chicken, and cut its wings off when it was alive, I honestly wouldn't care that much about the chicken. I'm going to be honest. No, I don't think factory farms are unjustifiable in any way. Are they cruel? Maybe. But I don't care. I saw your video about the pigs in gas chambers.
There we go. So that's free-range pigs go to this gas chamber.
Do I think that's wrong?
Do you think it's wrong that they suffer for 30 seconds to a minute in a dungeon filled with gas and in their own feces, screaming for mercy?
I actually don't. I don't care at all.
Obviously, you don't need to eat animals, do you? Do you believe you need to, or you just said that it's tasty, you want to?
I understand that I have a choice of what I can eat, and I eat meat, and that's the way it is. I like meat, and I don't see anything wrong with meat, and I don't care that the animals have to die. Isn't an octopus an insanely intelligent animal with a very complicated nervous system that feels pain and emotions just like humans do? Am I correct in that? I think that's true.
Yeah.
They're also delicious, and I don't care about an octopus. My eyes are open. I know exactly where my food comes from, and I do not value the lives of cattle and animals produced for food. I just don't.
So there you go. Now, I mean, obviously, I clipped this down. There was, I suppose, some more context in what he said, but ultimately, this is what he was saying, right? And I know, actually, from experience with Tristan, that he actually gets annoyed when you clip him, in his words, out of context. But honestly, clipping this down, all the content, all the bits before and after these clips I put in here, all they did was try to soften the blow of what he said. There was no context really. It was just, oh, like I said something horrible, and then I say after it something to try and make it less horrible, or I say something that builds up to a thing, and then I say the horrible thing, and so I just cut out the actual truths that he was going for without the bits that try and make it more acceptable. Because at the end of the day, who cares about the softening parts before and after? The points were what he said. These are what the things he claims he believes. Which, in most people's eyes, this is not the majority of people on Earth, is it? The majority of people on Earth, even the meat eaters, do not agree with anything Tristan was saying here, or the majority of what he was saying here. You know? And this, again, guys, this is what puts him in the standings. This puts him in here as a contender for Meatflake of the Year 2023. A different type of meatflake to our other guy, okay? In this case, the meatflakery shone through when all he could do was just say, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, rip their wings off when they're alive. Oh, octopuses are really intelligent. I don't care, I don't care. Which, at this point, you have to either believe that he is genuinely some kind of sociopath who has no empathy for some reason, or when it comes to animals, there's no empathy, but he does for humans, or he fakes it for humans, he just fakes empathy for dogs, or you have to believe that he does have empathy, but when push comes to shove, he knew Joey was going to be right, he knew Joey was going to push him, and he knew he was going to have to bite the bullet that he shouldn't be eating animals. So he chose just for pretending that he has no empathy. I think that he's pretending he has no empathy. I think it was all a show. It was all fake. It was all silly. I don't actually believe him whatsoever, to be honest with you. So Tristan Tit, if you want to vote for Tristan Tit to be our Meatflake of the Year 2023. Okay, we're off to a fiery start. We got a big celebrity and a I don't even know what you would call that guy. We've got a meme and a big celebrity in so far. Now, the next guy we're going to take a look at is going to be an interesting one for you guys. So this is he's a news anchor. He works for GB News. Okay? And the reason I've included this guy, he absolutely is a meatflake. Categorically a meatflake. No question about it. But something happened recently that I felt we had to put him in concretely after I saw this, all right? I'm going to show you what I saw. Where's my video? And you're going to see if you agree on the fact that this guy is absolutely deserving of being a meatflake. Being a Meatflake of the Year. Guys, hold that thought. I'm going to get this video sorted, and I'll be right back with our next nominee. Alright guys, we're back for a second. I'm just preparing this video for you guys right now, so just bear with me on that one. But while we're taking a look, while we're preparing this video, let's reflect. Okay, let's have a little chat. I want to know who you guys are expecting to be nominated today. Get in the live chat right now and give me some names of who you expect to see up on the screen today, alright? And we'll see if any of them are included, and we'll see if we've got, I'll know then if we've got any surprises for you. I've got some pretty interesting ones for you coming up. So yeah, pop them in there. So we've got John Mountain is one. Someone's got one idea. Sham Faker, I guess that's Sean Baker, is another one. John Mountain again. I can neither confirm nor deny. Piers Morgan. Okay, I'll tell you today, guys. I can tell you today, Piers Morgan will not be included today. He gets too much attention, and I'm not including him for that reason. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I believe we covered him last year, so he's not in this year, okay? Neil deGrasse Tyson is not in this year. I'm just telling you this so that you don't get your hopes up, because I know these two are like famous meat flakes, but they're not in this year because of previous years. The guy from your video where he was getting excited, that guy, no, he's not in. I did consider including that guy, the crazy guy who got all excited and, you know, shouting and stuff like that. But I decided not to. The guy that freaked out about Elwoods, possibly. Hey guys, while we're taking a little break, hey, check out my t-shirt. Check this out. It's from a sanctuary called Pigs in the Wood. Pigs in the Wood. How cool is this? Pigs in the Wood. It's really cool. I thought it was a great t-shirt. That's why I bought it. Pigs in the Wood, guys. Go support them. Send them some money. Follow them on social media. Really cool sanctuary. Mostly pigs over in Huddersfield in the UK. They got pigs, chickens, and goats. And if you guys haven't seen already, there's an exclusive video on my YouTube where I went out and we made a video there. Me hanging out with the pigs and these little piglets. Oh, they were so nice. That's available to everybody in the first tier on both Patreon and also YouTube members. So yeah, go check out that video, guys. Go check out the sanctuary. I'm sure you will not regret it. It was a lovely, lovely day out, a lovely place. Queen Latifah. No, Queen Latifah's not going to be in today. Or maybe she will be. I need to stop telling you guys when someone's not going to be in. Yeah, Queen Latifah may or may not be in. Joey's video, the busker guy who was shouting at him, also a possibility. You guys are doing some good votes. So our video is almost ready, but yeah, don't worry, you won't be waiting too much longer. This is very much worth it. I'll tell you a bit more about it. So as I was saying, this guy is a host for a news station, and an absolute meat flake, 100% meat flake, no doubt about it. But he did something recently that was just epic levels of meat flake, and just so crazy that he thought he could get away with this, that I just had to show you this. I will be posting this video as a separate video itself because I feel like it needs to be brought to the attention of the public, right? And yeah, that's what. So, and it's almost done. I'm trying to stall because it's almost done, but I will be posting this by itself. I'll be posting this by itself as an example of what meat industry propaganda really looks like, because it is the most blatant, in-your-face example of paid meat industry propaganda being delivered by somebody who you're supposed to be neutral, a news anchor, okay, but who is taking the money and doing it because he is a massive meat flake. And this will be cool because this will be the third meat flake we've looked at today, and each of them are meat flakes for different reasons, right? The guy we're about to show now is more of a misinformation meat flake. So he's a liar, he's a cheat, right? And that's what makes him a meat flake, as well as what he's saying. The fact that what he's saying is so damn wrong, and the nature of what he's done makes him just an epic meat flake of seriously next level. Right. Again, I'm going to pause you. This time it's going to be 10 seconds while I set this up because it's ready, and then we'll watch it. All right, guys, we're back. And the guy, one of you did guess it. His name is Mark Dolan. All right, Mark Dolan, and he's a GB News TV anchor. All right, a news anchor. I found something incredible, right? I did a reaction to one of his videos where he just listed a load of misinformation and lies about veganism and the plant-based diet, all right? So we've already seen this. We've already seen this clip from September 2023. You will not believe what just happened in December. Well, recently, like 2 weeks ago. He literally posted the same video, but it was him doing the same script, right? On live TV, as you can see, different haircut, different clothes, even a slightly different color balance on the camera and different lighting. And he delivered the same meat industry propaganda almost word for word. And we're going to watch this right now. Now, to vote for him, okay, as he is a news anchor, but anchor also rhymes with another word, anchor with a W at the beginning. And that's what I think he is, okay? He is an anchor of the one of the biggest anchors that I've ever seen. So, the word for him is anchor, okay, guys? If you want to vote for him, it's anchor. Now, check this out.
This is all very strange. I thought higher education is about assembling the facts, gathering data, and reaching an informed conclusion. Did they not see the rather distressing report suggesting that children raised on a vegan diet were on average 3 centimetres shorter than those who eat meat? The bones of vegan children were also smaller and less strong, putting them at risk of fractures or osteoporosis in later life. The study by University College London's Great Ormond Street Institute of Child Health said parents must be aware of the risks of vegan diets. They said vegan children should be given vitamin B12, vitamin D supplements to their diet to reduce the potentially long-term health consequences of being raised on plants only. Have these woke students who are supposed to be so clever and so much better people than us not reflected on the air miles intrinsically linked to a plant-based diet with ultra-processed meat-free foods made in vast factories, packaged in plastic and shipped around the world? How is that good for the environment? Did it not come to their attention that plant-based requires vast monocrop agriculture, in which millions of hectares of diverse land and the wildlife within it are sacrificed to accommodate mile after mile of corn, wheat and soy? How about the growing of almonds, which requires billions of litres of water? The same goes for avocados, the mass farming of which is linked to murderous gang warfare in places like Mexico. Meanwhile, livestock graze on natural land here in the UK without the help of billions of litres of fertilisers and pesticides, which are of course essential to plant-based food production. No. Cows, sheep, goats and lamb, for example, simply poo and wee on the ground, enriching the soil and watering it at the same time. They consume grass, which is inedible to humans, and they predominantly graze on land uninhabitable to us as well. So perhaps now's the time to mention the brilliant Jeremy Clarkson, in whose TV show Clarkson's Farm, it was revealed that a full-size cow contains within her 1,000 portions of meat, as well as the bones, which can be ground up and used as a natural soil nutrient. Blood and other unwanted tissue can be used for dog and cat food, and the hide can be used for leather. So you get a lot of bang for your buck from Daisy the cow. What about the nutrient value of plant-based? Are Beyond Meat burgers and veggie sausages really going to power the intellectual demands of these young students upon whose prowess our future success as a society relies? Good luck with that, given that plant-based protein is far less bioavailable, which means it's not as easily absorbed by the body as animal protein. Fish, meat, dairy, that's the gold standard of protein. Air miles, shorter kids, inadequate nutrition, inadequate protein. It doesn't stop there. Because if you go plant-based, you're going to be eating a vast amount more carbohydrates. Bread, pasta, potatoes, rice. Why is this a problem? Well, because excessive carbohydrate consumption can be directly linked to obesity and type 2 diabetes. And going plant-based means relying on the food industry for ultra-processed, ready-made junk. No one's got time to make a chickpea curry every day, do they? It's vegan pizza, bags of chips, and vast mounds of boiled pasta all day long. Now, I've got viewers and listeners who are vegan and they love it. No problem if that's your choice. But in time, I fear it's the authorities that will be choosing what we eat. And it will be soya burgers, vegan bacon, and vegetarian lasagna. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell. We've been eating meat for millennia. And if we pursue this plant-based experiment, I predict the next generation will be sicker, fatter, more tired, and frankly, malnourished. Most vegans don't get past 3 months before giving up. There are multiple reports of irregular periods, loss of muscle mass, fatigue, and even depression from this restrictive diet. So in my view, those seeking to enforce a vegan diet are silly sausages. I've got beef with them. And frankly, they can burger off. Making everyone go plant-based is utter bollocks.
Yeah. So that really happened, guys. That actually is real. I edited those together. So I was just testing that, make sure that was working. Yeah, I edited those together. And yeah, that really happened. He did that. Can you believe that's real? Can you believe he did it? You know, how incredibly embarrassing is that? I mean, how did they think they were ever going to get away with it? Not they. Clearly he's done this. How would you think you would ever get away with this, man? Unbelievable. What a meat flake. Just to do that segment himself. And by the way, I know I'm not going through and debunking all of his nonsense. I already did that once already. There is a video on my channel. Just put in David Rams, Mark Dolan. I went through almost every point he did and just showed why it was BS, all right? So you can go check that out. You know, I'm going to move this somewhere so it's a bit less like in the way. There you go. Thank you as well, Chris G. Appreciate it, mate. Because this guy is the example of human health. Yeah. This guy's so healthy, huh? He just looks like the pinnacle of optimal health, doesn't he? But yeah, unbelievable. But if you want to see the debunk, as I said, just YouTube search Mark Dolan David Rams, and you'll see my video debunking most of his nonsense. I think he deserves it, guys. I think he deserves a shot at Meatflake of the Year. And as I said, to vote for this guy, the code is Anchor. And Annie, just pay attention because lots of people are spelling it in different ways. However you spell Anchor, without the W, okay, just Anchor. We know what you mean. Put that in the chat if you think he deserves to take the Meatflake of the Year 2023. A different Meatflake to the other two Meatflakes, all right? But I think he definitely deserves it. Mark Dolan, you should be ashamed of yourself, mate. You are a meat industry propagandist, just literally getting paid off. You can tell you're getting paid off for this. Absolute disgrace. And one of the latest people in a line of people getting offended by universities voting to just serve vegan food in their canteens. Why does anyone care about this? You're not going to university. And even if you were going to that university, so what, you don't buy meat at the canteen. You can bring your own food in and eat in the canteen still, or you can go somewhere else to eat. No one's stopping you from doing what you want to do. They're just choosing to not serve certain things. It is absolutely hilarious that anybody thinks that this is worth kicking off about with these universities. So there you go, Mark Dolan, or Anchor as we're calling him, if you want him to win Meatflake of the Year 2023. Now, those who are just joining, maybe you don't know what's going on, guys. We're doing Meatflakes of the Year currently, and we've got more awards to give out a little later. We're going to be giving out some awards for Most Improved Meatflake, Pre-Vegan of the Year. Then we're going to move on to the Vegan Awards, Most Improved Vegan, Outstanding Vegan Legend, Grumpiest Vegan, Best Vegan Celebrity, Gone But Not Forgotten, and the Hall of Fame Award. And also there was another one I've forgotten to put in my list for some reason, the One to Watch Award. We've got that as well, the Vegan to Watch. This is for, I'll explain what they all are when we go through them. That's how we're going to do it, all right? The One to Watch Award as well. So, you can vote for these ones right now. You can vote for the Meatflake of the Year, but the other awards I'm going to be giving them out myself from what you've already voted for and also my own opinion, all right? But for the Meatflake of the Year, this is all you guys, okay? And if you want to vote for anybody, I'm going to give you the code to vote. And all you got to do is pop that code in the live chat and that'll be your vote. Okay? All right. Now we're done with the Mark Dolan, this news anchor numpty. Meatflake, now we're going to take a look at something very, very different. It's going to be a Meatflake a little bit more similar to the first one we looked at, but amped up a little bit more. This Meatflake was just absolutely very, very much dictionary definition Meatflake. Just overly emotional, crazy, just complete madness. Meatflakery, this one. This was from an event that happened over in the States. Okay, which you might be aware of, where people go out and do outreach. Okay, which is something you've obviously seen, people going out and doing outreach. Except with this team, they did outreach in a little bit of a different way. They went out and did outreach pretending to be selling dog meat. Okay, so they take out the stands. They're like, hey guys, want to buy dog meat? And then people come over and they're like, dog meat? And most people are wondering what the hell's going on, but they're pretty chill, offended, but chill. And then they get to the point that, hey, you know, we're not really selling dog meat. You shouldn't eat animals, right? Oh, you're right. God, this made me think that's the goal, okay? That's not how it went for one individual that we're going to take a look at now. And again, I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second, guys, while I load this video up, and then I'm gonna watch this. By the way, the code for this guy is going to be animal extremist, and I'll explain why in one moment. That was a quick pause, wasn't it? I told you it would be quick. Okay, so this one is the code is going to be animal extremist, because this guy is clearly an extremist. He's a dog extremist, and this guy needs to relax, okay? You know, they're just dogs, right? They're just dogs. All right, let's take a look at what happened when this guy met up with some animal rights activists and was very upset about them selling dog meat.
Fucked up! You can't do this! You can't do this! This is fucked! Dogs? Yeah. Fucking dogs? Yeah. She's a fucking dog! Are you a vegan? I'm not a fucking vegan. Stop! Get that camera out of my face! There's a difference between a dog and a fucking cow! Say it! It's cultural! Have you ever brought a cow into your home?
Vegan animal rights group. We're not offering dog meat.
We're not. Why the fuck are you doing
satire?
It's satire.
Yes, because we're trying to get people to think about their choices of what they do to other animals.
That's fucked up.
So
That's fucked up.
So what's
no, you're fucked up because it's fucked. You don't eat dogs.
Well, thank you. It's fucked. It is fucked.
It is fucked up. So why not logically extend that over to pigs, knowing that pigs
I don't fucking care about pigs.
Yes,
pigs are smarter than dogs.
Yes, they are. They've been
Go marry a pig. Marry a fucking fat pig. We've been with dogs for tens of thousands of years. Oh my god. Oh my god. He touched my prop dog. Kill yourself. Go fuck yourself.
You're extreme, brother. You're
I'm
extreme.
extreme?
Yes.
I have a dog. I love my dog. I've had so many dogs.
And we've told you this is a satire.
And you're a fucking dickhead. Fuck the dogs. How about this? Fuck the dogs. You're a dickhead. You're a dickhead. What the fuck are you doing? What is this? You've taken advantage of me. I thought you were pretending. You're pretending that you eat dogs.
We told him many times.
It's so funny, you're taking advantage of me. Like, dude, he was informed pretty clearly that it was satire, and that he should, obviously, if he cares about dogs, why would he not care about other animals? And he chose to keep going. It seems like the dude has issues, to be honest. I couldn't say what, but clearly something's going wrong, right?
That this is a vegan setup. There's no moral difference between a dog and a pig. You keep saying you're on his side. Look how fucking crazy he is, bro. We're just pointing out the hypocrisy between every single one. Every single one of you.
You're talking about
every single one of you. You love this. You're loving this, aren't you?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You guys can leave. You guys can leave. Please go ahead. If any of you post this on social media, I'll sue you. I don't.
You done?
Yeah, that's my piece.
And then walk
You're a
away.
fucking dickhead.
Then walk away.
I will.
You're free to walk away.
I will.
God.
Your gum just fell, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking throw it at you.
All right, guys. So that's there you have it. These it's always the same thing with the animal eaters. They trip out over dogs, but then like they go home and eat cows, pigs, chickens. Look at this. Everybody's on his side, obviously, because that's exactly how they feel as well.
They're on his side. People were cheering that guy. Wow, that is pathetic. Guy's clearly an absolute moron, and most people, yeah, because their hatred of vegans, or not hatred of vegans, but because they can't accept that the vegans are right, and they cheer this behavior. That is hilarious. So yeah, he is definitely an extremist, an animal extremist. I mean, wow, acting like that about because he thought animals were being abused. That's just, wow, what pathetic is that? Oh my God, right? To act emotionally, to care about when you think animals are being hurt. Well, clearly he's an extremist, guys. So animal extremist to vote for that guy. And he's a meat flake. Look, he's not a meat flake for the original hitting the sign over. Actually, that was pretty good when he came over and flipped out like that and hit the sign and stuff. That was actually a good thing because it shows that he cares about animals, right? So good. That's good. He became a meat flake when he was informed that they were all vegans. And instead of saying, oh man, wow, you're right. I mean, I really do care about animals, as you saw. Maybe I should change. He just doubled down and got fake offended over them deceiving him because he couldn't face up to the fact that he has a massive disconnect. Like, loves dogs but doesn't care about any other animal, just like most people for some, well, we know the reason, but yeah, it doesn't make sense to love a dog but pay for all other animals to have their throat slit, does it? And when he was faced with that, then he escalated into meat flake, like full on meat flake. So to vote for this guy, I'm not seeing many votes for this guy. To vote for this guy, animal extremist, or just the word extremist. Put extremist in the chat if you want to vote for this guy. But I'm surprised you're all saying you're shocked, but no one voted for him. That's an interesting one. We have one vote there. Okay, one vote came in. So yeah, very, very interesting though that you guys are not so sure about this one. Interesting. I thought this guy would get a lot more votes to be. I don't care. But I don't want to encourage you to vote. If you don't think he deserves it, don't vote, guys. All right. For me, either way, I'm just happy to see what you guys want, but I'm surprised that it didn't get more votes. So, again, a meat flake in a different way, of course. And let me tell you something, guys. I'll tell you something right now as well. This one was similar to the first one, right? Very similar to the first meat flake for sure. But definitely it was like the first one but ramped up. The first meat flake was doing it in a more chill way, right? But this meat flake did it in a more well, I don't know what you would say, like just complete over the top, like nuts way. I think there's different ways. Oh, you guys can hear my keyboard. That's weird. I don't know why. The microphone's like facing me, so you shouldn't be able to hear my keyboard unless. Oh, hold up a minute. No, you shouldn't be able to hear it. Let me see if I can fix something here. No way, I've been using the wrong mic this whole time. Why did nobody say that? Oh my God, guys. How did nobody realize I was using the bad microphone this whole time? I was using my MacBook microphone for this entire stream so far, and now I'm using my proper microphone. Guys, you've got to give me a heads up on this stuff. Oh my God. That is crazy. No one notice the difference? How is that even possible that no one noticed the difference? That's crazy. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh my Lord. Is it sounding better? Yeah, it sounds better now, but it was okay before. Well, good. I'm glad that it sounded okay before because I just realized I was wondering what was going on. I could see that it was anyway. Whatever. We're good now. We're back on this mic. Oh, that is so funny. When you said you could hear my typing, I was like, how could they hear my typing? Anyway, all right. So we're gonna, yeah, that guy's in. He definitely deserved a shot at Meatflake of the Year. Yeah. Now we've got, someone's asked how many more people do we have? And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more contenders. 5 more contenders for Meatflake of the Year, okay, guys? We've got 5 more for you to vote for. Some of them are a little bit shorter, and some of them are a little bit more, give a bit more girth in in the story, all right? Next one. You all know who this person is. Well, okay, maybe not all of you. Maybe I'm overestimating this guy's reach, but unfortunately, our next contender, our next nomination, unfortunately, was invited onto the Joe Rogan podcast recently, which gave him a monstrous platform to chat absolute nonsense and you know, just preach the usual stuff that he preaches, which is unfortunate because Joe Rogan is very, very open to this kind of rhetoric from these people. The carnivore crew, you know, the carnivore crowd, Joe Rogan doesn't really criticize them that much. So unfortunately, yeah, he went on there and basically just got an opportunity to spew his nonsense unchallenged, right? This is a guy who has been an anti-vegan, numpty, carnivore moron for a very, very long time. But this year he did something extra special, which is why he's in for Meatflake of the Year. I guess you guys know who I'm talking about. One of you got this earlier. You knew exactly who I was talking about earlier. But our next Meatflake of the Year nominee is for Sean Baker. I refuse to call him Dr. Sean Baker because there's no damn way this guy should be considered any kind of respectable medical professional in any way. And I'm going to show you why he's included and why he should absolutely have his license taken off him. I don't understand how anyone can call themselves any kind of medical professional with the kind of things he says and some of the things he claims online. Now, the reason this guy, Sean Baker, is included in this year's Meatflakes of the Year potential roundup, and by the way, if you want to vote for him, you'll have to vote using the code Charlatan Baker. Okay, that's the code to vote for him, Charlatan Baker. Now, if you don't know how to spell charlatan, Baker will do. But I'm just trying to be funny, okay, guys? Charlatan Baker. Here is why he's included in this year's nominations for Meatflake of the Year. He made this tweet, okay? Fun fact, numerous studies have now shown consistent relationships between plant-based diets and significantly increased fracture rates. Look at the image. Bones, vegan bones. Wow. Now, that is scary, right? Look at that. That's up top there, you've got healthy bones, and below, apparently you've got vegan bones. Okay. I mean, that's shocking on the surface, isn't it? Wow, I mean, he's saying numerous studies. I mean, he's a doctor too, so you should take this very seriously, right? A photo like this, and I mean, this is crazy. This must be from one of the studies showing this, surely, right? But no, what happens, guys, if you scroll down a little bit, you find, there you go. Facts are fun, charlatan Sean. Lost in space, bone density. Bone loss increases when the human body is in a reduced gravity environment. Image credit, NASA. Yes, guys. This is an image from NASA showing what happens to astronauts when they're in space and they lose their bone density. Guys, this is not an image of vegan bones. It's an image of people who have been in low gravity environments. And it's what happens when you're in a low gravity environment. Your bones are not as dense. A doctor, so-called doctor, posted that and tried to make the claim that it was actually a comparison between bones, healthy bones, and vegan bones. This alone puts him in an absolute top position, in my opinion, to be Meatflake of the Year 2023. Absolutely phenomenal that he would think that he could do this and get away with this. What a top class liar and charlatan. And do you know why he does this, guys? Why he does this? So he does this partially because he is a meat flake, an absolute overly emotional, vegan hating meat flake, but also because this is how he earns a living. He earns a living from stoking the fires of fear in people, right? So the vegans are coming for you. The vegans are going to come and make you eat vegetables, and they're going to take away your meat, and they're going to do this. And then, you know why they're doing that? Because the system wants you to be weak and unhealthy and dumb, and you can't stand up for yourself and blah, blah, blah. And he says all this stuff, and he posts these fake memes. And then what do people do? They come to his page, they follow him, they watch his videos, they buy his stuff, they buy his, I'm sure he's got a book or his supplements or whatever. They buy his stuff, okay? And they give him what he wants, which is more reach and more attention, and he makes more money from that. It's all a business model. This is part meat flake, part business. It's just how he earns money, by making people afraid, scaring people about veganism, and obviously it's confirmation bias. People who don't want to go vegan see this. He wins because he's telling them what they want to hear, and they'll give him money. And they win because their fears about veganism or they're not wanting to go vegan gets confirmed. Everybody gets a lie together. They all lie together, and the truth just gets lost, right? So yeah, absolutely a contender. I truly believe just on this alone, but this is not the only thing this guy's done. There's literally just hundreds and hundreds of things he's done, all different lies he's told, all to try and make money, and also to try and soothe his meatflake soul. So there you go, guys. Charlatan Baker to vote for this numpty. He definitely deserves a vote, in my opinion. But yeah, it's up to you guys. It's your vote. Yeah, be careful with it. Make sure to do it in a special way, yeah? An FYI, and we're not going to get too deep into this, but the main studies, the ones that are mostly like accepted as being a good study, that have shown like issues with bones in vegans, it's always been linked with a specific deficiency of some sort, meaning that the individuals who were tested on, they weren't eating a nutritionally balanced diet. So we know we can get all our nutrition from a plant-based diet. Yet if you don't get all of your nutrition from a plant-based diet, meaning you eat crap, then you'll run into problems, right? That's all the study showed. All the study showed was sometimes people start eating plant-based. They don't do it healthily, right? They've removed foods that had some vitamins, but they didn't replace those foods with the vitamins. They didn't replace those vitamins. And then you can end up potentially with some issues like the one he's describing, like bone issues or whatever, right? So the moral of any study like that is, when they show that, is, guys, just pay attention to what you're eating. When you've eaten a certain way your whole life and you switch to a new way, you've got to make sure that the new way ticks the boxes, right? It's pretty simple stuff, but don't be silly. Don't be a fool. Don't end up being an example that a numpty like this can use to be like, look, see, I said vegans weren't healthy. And then put some BS meme next to it, yeah? All right, I see you guys are voting. Good stuff. Good stuff. It makes me sad, though, that he gets invited on Joe Rogan. I mean, God, man. You know, when you get on Joe Rogan, it opens so many doors. And it's such a shame that somebody like him is having doors open to him when he is just an out-and-out liar and a charlatan. So damn disappointing. Be great to see a Joey or Ed on Joe Rogan at some point, you know. But I think Rogan's learned his lesson now by he's had vegans on before, like he had Russell Brand on, and he had why have I forgot his name? The guy from the Game Changers, the fighter. He had him on, and obviously that guy absolutely wrecked the carnivore doctor that Joe Rogan brought on. And I think after that, he's never had a proper vegan on. He's never had somebody go on and you know, to argue, because he just get absolutely spanked, you know. And Joe Rogan doesn't want to get spanked when he's sponsored by meat companies and stuff, so he won't do that again for sure. All right. Now, James Wilkes, thank you, Already Vegan. James Wilkes is who I was talking about, the vegan fighter. Went on there and absolutely spanked this carnivore doctor in front of Joe Rogan, and it was embarrassing. Lifting Vegan Logic has a really good video on this. It's his name was the Chris Wilkes, was it? So it's no, Chris Wilkes, this is James Wilkes. Chris Kresser, thank you, Gorick. So it's James Wilkes versus Chris Kresser. Go on Lifting Vegan Logic's channel. He has a compilation of all the roasts, because James Wilkes just absolutely, it's comedy. It's comedy gold. So go and check that out if you haven't checked it out yet. Lifting Vegan Logic is a great channel. All right. Now we're on to our next Meatflake contender, Meatflake nomination. This one, guys, is fresh off the press. This Meatflake only came out yesterday, very late, right? Late last night. And I had to include this because it is something I don't think you've seen this yet, honestly, and it's gonna blow your brain. All right, it is wild, guys, absolutely wild. So you might know that recently Joey Carbstrong went and did a debate at the Oxford Union, you know, where they all dress up nice and they have like a formal debate in Oxford University. You know that, guys, right? Well, Joey did his piece, and then the person that came on after Joey to argue for the other side, as in she came on to argue against veganism, well, she made an absolute, complete and utter fool of herself. And it is just, I'm going to let that speak for itself. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you, okay, at this point, that I have edited this down to get it went from 11 minutes. I've edited it down to just over 4 minutes. There's definitely some context missing. There's some punchlines missing. Some of it was jokes, but ultimately I've tried to just chop it down to what she said and then what she said, and that's it, right? Because we haven't got time for all the other crap around it, okay? So this woman, her name is Katie Hopkins, and I'm going to let this speak for itself. If you want to vote for this, let's say... okay, I'm going to be mean here. She reminds me of like a witch, to be totally honest with you. And I don't mean that in a positive way, obviously. I mean that as in, you know, the kind of evil witches you get in Disney movies? She reminds me of that. She reminds me of a Disney witch. So that's going to be the code for this one. Witch, if you want to vote for this one. And just, guys, you've got to see this. It is... okay.
Well, shit me, you're a lot of fun, aren't you? Banging on about how we should be vegan. So much joy, isn't there, amongst the vegan community? Aren't they just uplifting? And then we've got Mr. Holocaust here. We're nearly into Christmas. It's the Holocaust. You eat a cow. It's the Holocaust, you murderers.
So I've added these bits here. Okay, I'm going to post this video, by the way, as well. But I've put this, whenever she lies, I've put it up on the screen because of what she says next.
He has spent his life going around abattoirs, watching animals die. And that's what vegan people call a hobby. That's what he chooses to do. That's the way he chooses to spend his life, watching animals suffer. And the thing with these guys is they will not acknowledge truth. Do you remember with or from COVID? They died with or from? Linda McCartney. She died with or from being a vegan. Death is what happens to you when you're a vegan. And they love...
So how sick is that, by the way? She actually invoked the name of someone who had died of breast cancer, Linda McCartney, Paul McCartney's ex-wife, or wife at the time, to try and prove that vegans die when she wasn't even vegan and she died of breast cancer. How disgusting is that? Now, what she says now about lies, she starts talking about how, oh, lies are really bad, lies are in the Bible as being bad. That's why I'm making sure in here I point out every single lie she makes.
Lie. They lie. They lie to you. Nothing that they tell you is true. They even lie to themselves. The Bible says lying is one of the 7 deadly sins. The Bible says if you lie, it is because you hate yourself. And that is, wait. And that is true of every single vegan I know. They hate themselves so much, they will only suck on quinoa for sustenance. And I tell you that they lie because, look, they will tell you that this festering thing is in fact a steak. That is a lie. They want you sat in the dark, sucking on the arse end of a locust. 500 students at the University of Warwick, they just decided what 26,000 students were allowed to eat. You are no longer allowed to eat meat. I so support vegans. I love you. I want you to join together with your miserable little friends who are all short. And I want you to be happy together, sucking on your locusts. I want you to be happy. But allow me, sir, the same tolerance and respect by allowing me to sit nuzzling, eating a whole cow from head to tail, as I do on a daily basis. I love meat, sir. I love it. If you do not eat meat, your testosterone levels are considerably lower than anyone else's. And if you do not eat meat, it is also proven that your member will be smaller And Darwin proved this point, survival of the fittest, my darlings.
So, yeah, guys are asking, is this supposed to be a debate? She was invited here to speak in the opposition to the vegans and debate. Instead, she treated it like some kind of comedy thing, and did this, which honestly I think is really embarrassing for the Oxford Union, for the university themselves, to have brought her in and for her to do this. I mean, I've seen comedians come in here and do talks with a few jokes and stuff, but they still maintain professionalism. They make jokes, but it's tongue in cheek. It's not the same as what she's doing here. This is just like, wow, like how embarrassing for the Oxford Union to have her do this.
The glorious thing about vegans having very low sperm counts. This house may choose to go vegan, but should it do that, it will not have a biological future, because survival of the fittest means we need the meat eaters. I know what I need. What I need is a mighty meat-eating man with a tool belt and a massive cock.
That's the only thing she said that was true this whole time. If there's anything that she is, it's someone who needs to get laid. If she's getting laid, she probably wouldn't be doing all this.
You are not going to find that on these benches. Look at the way they sit. You can see for yourself. Look at the joy that we have systematically brought to you during this debate. What do we get from them? Pure, abject misery, my darlings. I am telling you, I have had one of the most miserable nights of my life here tonight. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Can you say that a bit louder because they can't hear?
The circus is down the road. If you want some more fun, maybe you should go there.
So, oh yeah, that went down great, actually. just to articulate what he said, is that the circus is down the road, and if I want to have fun, maybe I should go there. Do you know what? Last time I went in a circus, it was very well heated, so I may well enjoy it a lot better. He also says he speaks on behalf of most of the chamber. A very dangerous thing to do, isn't it? Precisely the sort of way vegans think.
So what was interesting, I left that last bit in. What was interesting was he said, I speak for the majority of the people when I say you should go sod off somewhere else. So the Oxford Union, the students probably were embarrassed because the people laughing weren't necessarily students. The people who are there, are attending, they could have been her mates, right? Because you can go and attend and watch, I believe. Well, you can. And the students, there's students there who'll watch. There's also the people they invited will come watch. So it's more than likely that there were people in there that just wanted to see like some entertaining debate. But I reckon the people who actually organized it were pretty disappointed with this and embarrassed that she got up there and did what she did. But what an absolute complete and utter loser. Which, if you want to vote for her, this was a last minute introduction to the addition to the lineup. Okay, so the word is which, if you want to vote for this this witch. Absolutely terrible. She's been a stain on the UK for a very long time, and occasionally she pops her head up and is more of a nuisance than usual. This is one of those occasions. Just a terrible person. Absolutely, as you could see, I've never seen anything good coming from her, to be honest with you, or about her. She's just a terrible person. All right, now on to someone you definitely know about. All right, guys. This person has had clashes with Tash Peterson. He's had clashes with Jack Higgs. He's had clashes with his restaurant has had clashes with me even, which is interesting. They said some comments about me, I think, in response to one of my videos at least. This guy, everyone knows this guy. You all know who this guy is. It is indeed Mr. John Mountain, the celebrity chef. The celebrity chef who banned vegans from coming to his restaurant after a vegan complained. All right. Now, we'll briefly go over the story of this because it is just, wow, what an interesting sequence of events that has led to this guy being nominated for the Meatflake of the Year. So it started off here with John banned vegans from his restaurant and told us to F off, right? Now, why did he do that? Why did he ban vegans from his restaurant? Well, what happened was, the story goes, okay, that somebody had gone to his restaurant. A vegan had emailed and said, "Can you do vegan food?" John had said, "Yeah, I can do something for you. Do a gnocchi or something." And she'd gone, "All right, sweet." Sometime later, at the arranged date, the booked table, she'd gone in, and he's gone, "Oh, actually, I'm sorry, it's too busy. Can't do your vegan food." So she's annoyed, and she's posted about it, and she's gathered a bit of attention and said, "Hey, this is BS, you know, like, that's really bad. I'm really annoyed. I was looking forward to this. I planned my stuff. You agreed. You should be a man of your word, etc., etc." And instead of manning up, to be totally honest with you, and admitting his fault and saying, "Do you know what? Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, vegans. You're still welcome here. And next time I'll make sure we get a, vegan option in." He decided instead to try to capitalize on the criticism he'd had and go on an anti-vegan media spree, appearing on different news channels and stuff, after he decided, you know what? I'm going to ban vegans. So he decided to make a huge deal of this criticism, go on a media spree, ban vegans, blah, 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 all this stuff, try and make some bank for himself. And it ended up getting him quite a lot of money, to be totally honest with you. His business plan worked, but it didn't come completely free. He had to pay a price for it, right? One of the prices he had to pay for it, which is what you're seeing right now, his girlfriend broke up with him over this. There you go. His girlfriend broke up with him over this whole situation. Because, I mean, even she could see that he's a very angry little meat flake. And all this stuff, as I said, may have been good for his business in some ways. However, it wasn't good for his personal life, and still isn't good for his personal life. Caused him a lot of personal issues, as it would, because she saw the real him, obviously, and that he's a proper top-class meat flake, overly emotional, embarrassing himself in public, so she left. Him. And I think most women would leave somebody if they were acting like this. His meat flakery cost him his relationship because he acted like a triggered man-child, right? I mean, it is hilarious, honestly, that this happened. Thank you, Veghead, for the super chat, you legend. Thank you. So, as if all of this wasn't enough, okay, guys, the vegans went over there and protested. Tash Peterson went over there and protested. And I can give you now a bit of a taste of how he acted when they came over. And here's where you start to see the true next level meat flakery from this guy. Because this is where it really, really got wild. I don't know what the bloody hell's the video. Give me a second. Where'd it go? Do you know, I've lost the bloody video. I had it lined up for you guys to watch. What are you saying? There's some people saying here, his girlfriend left him for a vegan. Yeah, someone's here saying loyalty is important. Why would you stay loyal to a guy acting like that? She saw the true him, and she got the hell out of there. He brought everything on himself, and all because he couldn't take a little critique from something where he actually deserved the criticism. He genuinely deserved the criticism, and he should have just owned up to his mistake. But instead, he chose to go that way, didn't he? All right, let's get this video lined up. Here we go. So here's what happened when the vegans went and protested at his restaurant. I believe this was the second time they protested. There you go. I'll go forward a little bit from around here. And here he comes. And this is where the epic meat flake comes in. Look at that. Oh my God. But when he actually goes up against someone his own size, look how quickly he's subdued. Look at that. Guy grabs him, and there you go, he's done. See, he only picks on the people smaller than him, right? As you can see, he went straight for Tash instead of going for any of the men there or anyone bigger. By the way, guys, yeah, I didn't tell you the code. The code to vote for this guy is John Molehill instead of John Mountain. John Molehill is the vote for this guy. And guys, listen, we're not done here anyway. We're not done here. And by the way, props to the vegan who's grabbed him here and held him down. Look at that. Watch what he does. Oh, if you just, I'm definitely going to punch you. Yeah, sure you are, mate. You wouldn't even last a second, obviously. That's why you went for Tash and why you've not gone for anyone bigger than you. This guy is proper pathetic. I actually think, honestly, I think this guy's probably the most pathetic nomination of this year. And I'm going to show you why he's, in my opinion, the most pathetic. Because if all of that wasn't enough, guys, if all of that wasn't enough of a reason to put this guy in as Meatflake of the Year, you know, the fact that he couldn't take a little criticism from a vegan, the fact that instead of just owning up to his mistake, he went on this tirade banning vegans and making a fool of himself, the fact that he made such a fool of himself, his own girlfriend left him. If all of that wasn't enough to make you see this guy as just truly pathetic Meatflake, check this out. He went on TV and cried, guys. Watch it. I'm telling the truth, okay?
You're in the limelight. You're under attack in some ways. How are you doing?
Thanks. Personally,
it's not easy.
Yeah. I lost my partner because of this.
Because of your unchecked emotions and making a fool of yourself, yeah.
I lost, you know, a relationship that I thought I was going to marry this woman, and she just couldn't handle the amount of attention.
She dodged a bullet, mate, with you acting like this. I mean, look at how he was acting in that last video. If you saw your partner acting like that and you were about to marry them, you were like thinking, oh, this is my guy. And then he started acting like that, going after like small women, grabbing them and throwing them around and stuff, like going on TV and being like, yeah, F the vegans, stuff like, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot of women in the world who would see all of that and go, that's my man. That's my man. I want to spend the rest of my life with that man. They'd be looking at you like, whoa, okay. Damn, man, I thought, maybe I'm not in for that.
She's a very private person. And, yeah, thanks, vegans.
Thanks, vegans. And still, after all of that, after everything that's happened, that was clearly his own fault. His own fault, by the way. He brought all this on himself, guys. All he had to do was, when the first critique came in and the vegans were criticizing him, is say, I'm sorry, vegans. I should have had the vegan option. I promised the vegan option. I don't want to get into a to and fro with you. Tell you what, I'll add a vegan option to my menu and you guys are welcome. He could have done that and it would have been fine. Everything that happened to him was his own fault. But here he is. Thanks, vegans. Try taking some accountability. Try taking some responsibility for your own actions, you man baby.
Hard for life, definitely. Whenever I open any other business, now I'm going to start opening steak restaurants.
Oh, he went from crying to being all right very quickly, didn't he? You see, it's all crocodile tears anyway, guys. Just truly pathetic. Truly pathetic. Hey, Calvin, thank you for the super chat, mate. It says, great choices for Meatflake of the Year. Keep up the great work, David. Me, Ashley, and the new baby are watching. Oh, awesome, dude. Yeah, Calvin, that'll pop up on the screen for the rest of you in a minute. Calvin and his wife, Ashley, they came to my event that we had recently where we hosted a Christmas vegan party, and his wife, I assume, was heavily pregnant. At least, I hope she's, never mind. I'm going to make a joke there, but never mind. Heavily pregnant, and apparently the comedy helped her go into labor. They say, because laughing can help labor start, apparently, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, very cool, mate. Thank you for being here and checking this out. But and yeah, back to John Mountain. Okay, so yeah, he went from crying, not taking accountability, to going back on the offensive very quickly. Crocodile tears, guys, full of it.
Just to piss you off.
Yeah, he went from, I'm so sad. I'm going to do all these things just to piss you off. Yeah, this guy, guys, John Molehill. Guys, John Molehill to vote for this absolute pathetic person. I've said he's pathetic 3 times now. I want to really stress that. He is truly one of the most pathetic individuals I've ever come across. And I've been on the internet for a while, guys. I've been doing this work since 2017. And he's the worst. He's the most pathetic I've ever seen. The most pathetic man I've ever seen online. Outdoor Earthling, thank you for the tip. Nominee, Garland Farms, dishonest, anti-vegan. It would do nothing but help him if I included him today, and I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in people who have little to no impact on the world and are trying to just gain notoriety. So there were a few anti-vegans that have, like, basically no one cares about them, and they're doing really, really meat flakery things, and I don't include them because it would only help. Whereas people like Sean Baker, he's been on Joe Rogan. Right, it is what it is. He's already huge. John Mountain, already huge. You know, most of the guys we've included today, apart from the first one, you know, the random meat flake in the street, but we're not linking him or anything. No one knows who that guy is. We don't even know his name. We're trying to do it in a way where we're not going to make anyone, you know, some kind of celebrity or something like that today. And that vote for Cotton Farms is absolutely involved here. He's a nobody. No one cares about him. There's definitely don't want to include anybody like that here that has some kind of content out there that people could go watch. We don't want to do that. So yeah, a vote for that guy, guys. John Mull. But yeah, sorry, but I'm being a bit rude here. Outdoor Earthling, but thank you for the nomination. Appreciate it. Thank you for sending over the tip. Appreciate it. Just explaining why we won't be including that one. Not this year anyway. And Calvin, yeah, your super chat popped up now. Cheers, mate. All right, yes, John Molehill to vote for him, guys. John Molehill, get your last votes in. Okay, next one. We've got two more, guys. Two more of the Meat Flakes nominees. Oh, I'm doing very burpy right now. It's veganism. And the next one we've got actually was it's a very, very, very short one. It's very recent, and it was with Plant-Based News. Plant-Based News, you might have seen Klaus from Plant-Based News has been doing some interviews and stuff with people. And if you guys have seen that, he's been going out on the streets and doing a bit of outreach. It's mostly focused on environmental stuff, but still interesting. And the next one we're going to show you here is a meat flake. It's another kind of outreach meat flake. You could call him an outreach flake. I don't know. And this one is very funny. She is a complete and utter SJW, some kind of environmentalist. And Klaus got her so triggered by asking her such simple questions. I saw it. I just had to include it. It was just so very funny. Now, the code for this one, guys, the code for this one is just the words, I'm offended. Okay? I'm offended. If you want to vote for this climate justice warrior, as they've called her. I find this hilarious. That's why I included it. So here you go. Remember, guys, I'm offended if you want to vote for this one.
This is not a relevant question. You're standing out here in the middle of the global climate negotiations asking individuals if they're giving up meat or fossil fuels.
I'm asking what's easier to give up.
And I'm telling you that neither of them are easier to give up.
And what do you say to the food system change advocates, the people that are wanting to shift to a plant-based food system?
I think a lot of plant-based food campaigns sometimes do erase traditional ways of living that existed before colonialism and are very Eurocentric.
Is industrial animal agriculture justifiable from an environmental standpoint?
Go and ask the people in the negotiations this. This is not a relevant...
That's the clip. I just thought with her face... And just everything about her screams, I'm offended, doesn't it? She seems like the kind of person that could get offended by vanilla ice cream, right? So I just thought this was brilliant. It made me laugh. And I really enjoyed laughing at her. You know what I mean? I got to be honest, in a kind of mean way. Because just everything about her, what she says and how she looks is hilarious here. Just so incredibly triggered. So, guys, I'm offended. If you want to vote for her, I'm offended. I think my vote would go for this one. I mean, all the others have been great, but this one really got me in a specific way. I just really enjoyed it, so I'm offended. I would vote, but I'm not voting today. You guys are voting. I don't see any I'm offendeds coming in. That's interesting. I didn't expect this one would get many votes from you guys. It is definitely a wild card. The next one, though, guys. The next one. All right, this is our final Meat Flake nomination for this one. Okay, guys. This is our final Meat Flake nomination. Now, this is a very good one. This is possibly the craziest, spiciest one we're going to see today. This got mental. Okay, guys. It just absolutely got wild. And it's Joey Carbstrong. Okay? It's a video with Joey Carbstrong. And you probably know the clip that I'm about to show. This is the clip where a vegan, sorry, not a vegan, Jesus, not a vegan, a Christian guy comes over, right? He's a Christian preacher. He does rapping and stuff, right? And he is just so incredibly angry about something that happened and between him and Joey. And it turns out he's incredibly angry because they did a video some years back where Joey made him look a bit of a numpty by simply asking him questions, right? So let's have a look at what happened here. I've cut this video down to about 5 minutes. And for those that haven't seen this, enjoy. And if you want to vote for this guy, okay, the thing to vote for this guy is going to be Reverse Ricky. Because this guy looks like Ricky Gervais, but he's the anchor version of Ricky Gervais, all right? So we're going to call him Reverse Ricky. Ricky Gervais is a vegan. This guy's not. Ricky Gervais is mostly not an anchor. I guess he is in some ways. This guy is an anchor in every way. So he's Reverse Ricky, okay? Let's check it out.
What's up, brother? You're the one who stabbed someone, isn't it? You stabbed another human being.
Yeah.
Why would you stab someone?
Come and talk.
There's already a viral video of me and you in Leicester Square over there.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're twisting things, and
How?
you can see the cocaine use in your eyes.
Are you saying I'm on coke?
You need to stop stabbing people.
I don't stab anyone.
You stabbed 5
I haven't.
people and you bragged about it. Stop stabbing people, and then
I
I'll
have.
give you a chance.
I have.
You should never have stabbed
I'm
someone.
10 years sober.
You should never have stabbed someone.
Why not? Is stabbing bad?
No one here stabbed someone.
Is stabbing? You stab animals to death
You've
for a
stabbed-
sandwich.
I've never touched it.
You pay someone to stab.
You've stabbed another human being.
Is stabbing bad?
Shame on you.
Is stabbing bad?
Shame on you.
So why do you stab animals if stabbing's
Shame
bad?
on you.
Why are you walking away?
Because I've said my piece.
Well, that's pretty weak. So what I did 10 years ago matters now. How?
Eyes, right? Wide cocaine eyes.
You can't even let me
right?
talk. He's too fragile.
You're
You're
too
too fragile to let me talk, are you?
You think
You're too fragile to let me talk.
Me say my piece.
You got embarrassed in my video. That's
You're
what.
not letting me say
You got
the piece.
embarrassed in my video. That's your problem.
No, you're
You got
embarrassed.
embarrassed
That's
of my
why you're
video.
angry.
So that's why you come over here all
You're
pissed
angry.
off because you're butthurt.
Hello, internet. This
He's
is an
you're
angry
a
man.
butthurt troll.
He stabs people.
You
and
stab
he thinks
chickens.
it's okay.
I haven't.
I've never stabbed a chicken.
When's the last time I stabbed
I've shot
someone?
a pheasant. I've shot 2 pheasants.
So you shoot animals.
I have
and
shot
now you're trying
pheasants.
to, and you're bringing up my past.
That was to eat them.
And you're bringing up my past as a gang member.
Yes, I am. And bring up your past as a gang
Okay.
member because you're out here shouting at people.
You're shouting, dude.
You misled.
shouting.
He made a title on the internet for a YouTube
Are you
video
gonna have
slandering me. You slandered me.
So you sit there, right, on camera for 20 minutes having a debate with me, and then you have a cry when it's uploaded.
I'm interested in your past history.
Yeah, I have a gang history. I put it all up on public. I've made documentaries about it, but he's using it against me because he thinks he's smart and he's butthurt. He's butthurt because he's embarrassed of his views. You even said at the start that you think they should be treated better. If you don't, why would you accept they should be treated better if they don't matter?
Well, because, like, it's obviously wrong when chickens are being like force-fed into their. Really seen the video, so they're like big blubbers of.
But who cares if they don't matter? Who cares? You say they don't matter. They're food.
Because they have their little beings. Aren't
They
they?
are, okay, so they obviously do matter.
Yeah, to their own life. So you have to be an actual psychopath to just think that nothing matters.
Okay,
There's
so
a level,
you're
there's
not a
moral-
psychopath.
There's a moral level.
You're on a level where you think they should be killed under the with the right condition.
Yeah.
Maybe a quick death.
Yeah.
Treat them better.
Yeah.
Then that's not psychopathic.
No.
Okay.
Because now I can put this on the internet in response to that bullshit video where you misled in the title, your misleading title.
Let's pull up the video. What's it called?
I don't know, it's on your channel.
Pull up the video.
Look at the title of the video.
Just have a scrap.
Oh, it's so funny.
I'm a changed man. He's not violent either, except for animals. He doesn't care about stabbing chickens, but he's worried about my past.
I've never stabbed a chicken.
You pay for chickens to get stabbed all the time, bro. And that's what you're upset about. You're upset because...
No, I'm upset.
You're upset because...
I'm annoyed. I'm not upset. I'm
Of a
annoyed.
title on YouTube? Why did you
video
film it with me?
where you missed-
Why did you sit there for 20 minutes and film it with me?
Where I was working, where I was busting.
Then why'd you engage with me?
You approached me. What are you up to? Are you vegan?
How do you know?
I don't know. Are you a vegan?
What makes you say that? You were right in front of the camera. Why did you engage for 30 minutes and now come over and create a big scene about my past?
Because I was sat down and I thought, okay, I'll give you the time of day, right? And then during that conversation...
Well, you engaged consensually then?
No, I haven't finished. Then during that conversation, you beat around the bush, staring wildly like a politician or a policeman interrogating, trying to get your opinion across and trying to belittle others.
Well, bless you, mate. I appreciate you giving me this conversation. You know, this is what.
To disagree, that's a beautiful thing.
Of course, you've got the freedom to disagree. You've got the freedom to kill and eat animals too.
Yeah, so
but yeah, I know I do, but I choose not to. My conscience stops me.
That's it. And I was talking about religion. I was talking about my belief
And
in
what?
God and Jesus.
What's the bird's life worth to the bird?
Well, it's the bird, isn't it?
It's the bird's life.
Yeah, it's the bird's life.
So what else does the bird have?
Human, you know.
Well, what's your life worth to you?
I'm the human. I'm not an animal.
Yeah, you're not actually an animal.
No.
What are you?
I'm a human.
Humans aren't animals?
No.
We're not mammals?
No.
Okay. So we're special.
I'm made in the likeness of God. That's what.
So, remember, guys, reverse Ricky to vote for this guy is brilliant. We got about another 30, 45 seconds or so. It is so hilarious. You know what makes this more hilarious is that this guy is a Christian preacher. This guy is supposed to be helping people come to Jesus and be more like Jesus. This guy could not be any further away from Jesus-like or Christ-like if he tried. He is the polar opposite. The way he's talking, the way he's judging, the way he's treating Joey like he's a criminal when Joey has turned his life around, the way he's saying, Joey, you stabbed people, and Joey's telling him, no, I've turned myself around, I don't do that anymore. Like, can you not forgive? No, I won't forgive. It's terrible. The way that he's basically invoking Joey's past to try to make up for the fact that he doesn't like how he sounded on Joey's video, just really pathetic. Really pathetic, guys. Reverse Ricky for this guy.
What I was talking about specifically, I remember the video now.
And why don't you go watch it back and see what you're complaining about?
Like a year, but
I'll let you have your
I haven't
view.
seen you here since.
I'll let you have your view, and I posted your view with your
With a
consent.
misleading title.
Titles are used
You're a
to draw in
clickbait
viewership.
title is-
And I'm going to come and make a massive scene going, you stab animals. You stab animals. All right? Just for you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
At your own risk. Because I can't control what other people might do to you.
Oh, really? You're threatening me now?
Very Christian, hey? Very Christian to threaten him, hey?
I'm saying what other
He's threatened me. You've called me violent, now you just threatened me, dude. Who's that comedian that hosts the Oscars?
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais, but the wacko version. At least Ricky Gervais actually is a vegan.
It's good that you're vegan.
Oh,
It's every...
this is a bonus, okay, guys? This is not related to this, but that's pretty much it for Reverse Ricky, okay? So Reverse Ricky in the chat if you want to vote for him. Actually, I'll tell a lie. There is more to this. Reverse Ricky made a YouTube channel specifically just to try and expose Joey. That's how much of a meat flake he became. Just, oh my lord, that is huge. He made an entire channel just to show everybody how much of a meat flake he is. That is so funny, all right? So take that into consideration when you're thinking about voting for Reverse Ricky. Now, the next guy here, he's not to be voted for. He's not a nomination. I just had to include this because it is the funniest thing I think anyone has ever said in Outreach, okay? So the guy in the blue shirt now, we're not voting for this guy. This is just a bonus, okay? So bonus that I included for you because I found it so funny.
Everyone's own choice in my eyes.
Except for the animals don't have a choice.
Okay,
Humans.
wait. Sorry.
Pigs, chickens, fish.
When you say the animals don't have a choice, but the animals eat other animals that is in the life.
It's not in
the
life.
circle in the life.
So what? They
Is
rape
it-
each other. Animals
No,
rape
they
each other. They rape each other too. Should we follow what animals do?
No.
Well,
we
then,
should
who
not.
cares
We're
about
not-
this argument? Who cares
The
about the argument?
the raping is not for to live. The raping is for the fun.
You don't do
The
you don't
eating
eat many-
is for the living.
It's just how sure of himself he is when he says it. Oh man, I'm sorry. Oh, it's so good. I can't hold myself together with this one. Every time I've seen it, I edited it. I made a short out of it. And every time I was editing it and every time I see it, it cracks me up every time. I can't keep it together. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen someone say with such passion. Oh my god, guys. All right. But yeah, he can't be considered Meatflake of the Year just for that little moment, all right? He's like, we can't do that to him. However, the other guy, absolutely we can. Reverse Ricky is up for Meatflake of the Year. I think he's, you guys have been voting, and I think he's up there with John Mountain. I think that's going to be tight, you know. It's going to be a tight call on this one. But I mean, no, again, a perfect textbook example of what a meat flake looks like, that guy is. It's just, wow. comes over to Joey, shouting, triggered, because he got embarrassed in a video where they had a pretty nice conversation, it looks like, but he was embarrassed about what he said because he's not a vegan and he can't defend himself, so instead he just goes crazy and starts getting angry. Just, it is so typical Meatflake behavior. So a recap someone's asking for from Vegan Love. All right, so from the beginning, guys, because now we're reaching, that's the end of the nominations for the Meatflake of the Year. We're going to move on to the different awards after this. So just to recap, though. Okay. We started off with the real-life Meatflake meme with Vegan Muscle Outreach, Steve and Mel and Steve. Okay. The guy from the thumbnail, he exists. Okay. We started with him. And he was just nasty. He was eating meat in front of them. He was going up to the screens where the animals are being abused on the screens, on the footage, and he was holding the burger up and going, and stuff like that. He was also burping in the faces of Mel, burping in the face of Mel. Just a horrible, horrible man, and just a disgraceful dreg of society. Just really terrible. But more importantly, just the perfect Meatflake for the memes. I mean, we could make so many memes just from this guy. He looks and acts exactly as Meatflakes are in our minds. You know what I mean? They don't always match the stereotype, but this guy did. So to vote for him, it's the meme. Okay, that's the meme to vote for him. Remember, if you've already voted for him, please don't vote again. It'll confuse Annie. Only vote for him if you haven't voted already. All right. Next, Veg90, thank you for the tip, mate. Did you ever watch this one? Main part is at 10 minutes. Veg90, I will have to come back to that because we're not going to include any new contestants or new nominations at this point. But before we finish the stream today, remind me, and we'll have a watch. Or maybe we could do it before we move off the Meat Eater section. Let's do that. So before we take a short little break and before we move on to the vegans, we'll do your video, okay? We'll do that. So just remind me if I don't remember. So, okay. Next one in our recap list is the Tristan Tate versus Joey Carbstrong, where Tristan Tate basically just went full Meatflake mode and was just saying, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I don't care about anything. You can rip a chicken's wings off when they're still alive. I don't care, whatever. Because if he cared, then that would mean that he would end up having to say he should be a vegan, and he would never say that. So he ended up being a Meatflake instead. And the code for Tristan Tate to vote for him as the Meatflake of the Year 2023 is Tristan Tit. Tristan Tit. Remember, if you already voted, don't do it again. But Tristan Tit. And guys, you can vote for all people if you want. You don't have to only choose one, but your vote is valuable. So only vote for the people you think should win. Okay? Then we had the news anchor from GB News, Mark Dolan, who it clearly is paid off by the meat industry to spew a load of crap about veganism and the plant-based diet, and a load of misinformation, a load of just terrible takes. And that wasn't enough, though. He went and did it again 2 months later. So he did it in September, and then he went and read the same script on TV again just a couple of weeks ago here in December. And it was almost identical word for word. We showed that. Epic Meatflake. The code for him is Anchor, but with a W at the beginning, okay? Anchor. And then we had the dog meat freak out, who I'm sure you already know about this. Everyone remembers this guy who went up to a protest where the vegans were pretending to be doing dog meat. It ended up being that they weren't doing dog meat, but the guy freaked out anyway, tried to smash all their stuff and was really upset and just went next level crazy Meatflake on them. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. To vote for him, animal extremist or just extremist to vote for him because he's clearly an extremist. And then we had Sean Baker with his fake bone fractures meme, where he was trying to say that this meme, these two photos of one of healthy bones and one of unhealthy bones, he was trying to say the photo of the unhealthy bone was from a vegan, when in reality, it was actually from NASA. It was showing what happens when you're in low gravity, that your bones become less dense. And it's quite a significant difference too, like very unhealthy bones. He was trying to say it was vegans. It was astronauts. Absolutely hilarious. Charlatan of the highest order. And to vote for him, Sean Baker, it's Charlatan Baker, which is way more suitable for him than his real name, Sean. Charlatan Baker makes more sense. Then we had the Oxford debate Joey Carbstrong did a debate there, and his response, the response to Joey, came from Katie Hopkins, who is just a well-known terrible person here in over in England, and for her, because of how terrible she was, how horrible she was, and how much she reminded me of a Disney witch, but a Meatflake version. The code for voting for her is witch, because she acted and looked a lot like one. Then when we saw we looked into the chef who banned vegans from his restaurant. That's John Mountain, this celebrity chef who had such a Meatflake reaction that his girlfriend left him, cried on TV, just a pathetic state of a man, and a really, really big Meatflake. Wow. I mean, what a next level Meatflake he is. To vote for him, it's John Molehill. That's the code for him, John Molehill. Then we had the SJW, the very offended SJW versus Klaus from Plant-Based News, which I found very funny. Very, very funny. And I included for you just a little short clip of her getting very offended. And the code for her was just, I'm offended. I'm offended. And finally, we had the crazy Christian street preacher rapper guy, Busker, coming at Joey Carbstrong because he was upset because they had a video up that he no longer liked, even though he was happy to be filmed at the time, and called Joey a criminal and evil for stabbing people and stuff like that, and tried to make out that Joey was this horrible person because Joey had exposed him for being a horrible person, basically. And for him, the code is reverse Ricky, because he looks like Ricky Gervais, but the opposite version. Because Ricky Gervais is vegan and a great guy, does a lot for animals, donates a lot of money for animals and stuff. And this guy is the opposite, not a good guy, and just a very horrible person, it seemed. So yeah, reverse Ricky. All right. So cast your votes, guys. And what we'll do is, we won't be giving the results to you just yet on that. I will award the Most Improved Meatflake Award and the Pre-Vegan of the Year Award. Okay? And I will award these awards because they've already been decided. And then by the time we've gone through those awards, Annie will have calculated your votes. And after that, we will have our Meatflake of the Year. Okay? Does that sound reasonable? Does that sound good? So, Meatflake of the Year currently is on pause while we calculate who you voted for. And in the meantime now, we're going to take a look at something a bit more positive. All right? We're going to take a look at our Most Improved Meatflake of the Year. Now, what this is, okay, guys, this is a Meatflake who has made sincere efforts to be less of an absolute numpty. All right? This is somebody who was very, very bad and has done some good work to turn things around and not be like that anymore. All right? Now, you might think, like, there's not many people that could fit into this category. You might be right, to be honest with you. But this guy absolutely fits into this category. He's surprised us all. So, oh God, 1 minute. I'm having some technical issues here. Yes, he surprised us all with being less of a Meatflake. So, the winner, I'll announce the winner, then I'll show you why. The winner of the Most Improved Meatflake of 2023, the winner of this award goes to Mr. Charlie Veach. Okay? Mr. Charlie Veach, the YouTuber who was previously an anti-vegan troll, who currently is not an anti-vegan troll anymore. And let me show you the truth. Let me show you the proof of this. Here is Mr. Charlie Veach in a video from a year ago where he has an altercation with a vegan. Watch this.
You're the same way humiliating people. You're the same way humiliating people. Don't date me, young women.
You pretend you don't have a dark side. You have a dark side. And
what's my dark side?
He hides it behind a smile.
What's my dark side, bro?
Your dark side is you're a fucking prick. And you pretend that you're not.
Okay.
But I do value your free speech.
Thank you.
You're free to be a prick.
But I'm a prick. You're a freak, mate.
I am.
Body shaming 14.
Here comes the shaming, the sexual shaming.
Yeah, well you are, bro. You're a hypocrite.
Dude.
You're a hypocrite, aren't you?
Your smile hides your deep-seated Jungian shadow.
What is my deep-seated shadow?
You are a repressed pedophile and you're projecting onto me.
So
you are.
think body shames teenage girls.
You can try shaming me, but I've seen what you cheer for, so your boobs mean nothing.
Fuck you on the bar.
His true self comes out now. The smile's gonna go away. Do you know what you should do? You should, before you start doing this, you should concentrate on.
Show people what
No,
to pay for.
you should brush your teeth properly. You've got.
No, my teeth are great, bro.
You've got plaque on your teeth.
My teeth
No,
are great, bro.
also.
My teeth are great.
Are you vegan? You need to eat a bit of meat. You're looking a bit sullen. You look like a skull. You look like a skull. Anyway, we can stay pretending, smiling at each other all day, shall we?
It's a horrible video.
Again with the sexual shaming. I bet you don't.
No, I don't.
Because you probably don't have testosterone. So you probably cannot follow kids. Here we go. Yeah.
So many kids
Yeah, let's be really close and smile at each other like this. Shall we?
Never get bored.
Why ever get bored? No, because people like you give me the footage I need to support my kids.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Get off him. Okay, we're done. Don't grab my friend's camera, man. We're good.
No, I want police call for that.
Dude, thank you. Why did you...
So yeah, that's where we started. That's pretty horrible. He's being nasty. He's being horrible. It got physical. The vegan grabbed his camera and it got nasty very quickly, right? So what he used to do, what happened before that would have been that he would have been trolling, saying stuff about them, showing the stuff to the kids, you know, like, oh, kids could watch this. This is really bad. You shouldn't show this. You guys are terrible people. You guys are disgusting. You guys are scumbags. And then one of the vegans has come over and said, hey, try to explain to him what they're doing and stuff. And he's pushed it. And the guy's grabbed his cat. It's just a mess. It's a total mess, right? That was a year ago. Now, the next video I'm going to show you is just a couple of weeks ago, okay? Actually, a month ago. Okay, here's a clip from one of Charlie's videos from a month ago, and we're going to show, this is why he's the most improved Meatflake of 2023. Have a watch.
Thanks, man. All the best. Hey guys, you okay? Hey. Nice to meet you. You okay? Hi. You're welcome. Behind me, Manchester vegans. Something about pigs, about not eating pigs. I'd give him a hard time, but I'm friends with David Ramsden. David Rams. Hey, David. Hello, Keir.
So we've come a long way, haven't we? From going in there and getting into fights with vegans to saying, here are the vegans, and I'm not going to bother them anymore because I've made a vegan friend, and there you go. We're going to move on. We're going to leave it. And this is coming from, he came on my channel. We actually met in person. We had a debate in the street. He came on my channel. We had another debate, and we've been keeping in contact ever since. We're on very good terms. We're friendly. I consider him somewhat of a mate. Like we agree on a lot of other stuff, to be honest. And this is one of the ways that I think it's in today's world, guys, it is so incredibly important that we have contact with each other. If somebody hates us as vegans, the best thing we can do is sit down and have a conversation and try to understand why they hate us and what we do and why we do it, and to try to find somewhere in the middle where we can say, hey, look, you know, I don't agree with you doing this to animals, but I want you to, and you might say you'll never go vegan, but you could at least understand why we do it, right? You could at least understand my position, and you might have some things wrong, right? And that way we can come from the opposite extremes of hatred, and we still don't agree, and we still think each other is wrong and whatever, or I think that what you do to animals is absolutely disgusting, but the hatred isn't there. So the closer you can come to the middle, the more chance that you're going to agree on more things, and the more chance, to be honest with you, if somebody's empathetic, the more of a chance they'll go vegan. So I think here is definitely Charlie has come from the extreme end of being and whatever, a meat eater, he's anti-vegan, to now coming closer to the middle where it would be, I don't know, you could consider him as no longer anti-vegan, but still definitely anti-animals. Unfortunately, he's still consuming animal products, so he's definitely not pro-animal at this point, but at least he's not anti-vegan anymore, and I think that is a huge jump, and that's why he's the most improved Meatflake, because to go from scrapping with vegans to leaving them alone is a huge step for him. I still think I still believe that he's going to go vegan at some point. I think he's just stubborn. As you saw in the debate that we had, he agreed with pretty much everything I had to say and didn't really argue once we got to the bottom of why to go vegan. I think he is similar to Richard Dawkins in a way that they agree with everything we say and they understand why to go vegan, but they are too stubborn or don't have the willpower to do it yet. And that really, really does completely and utterly suck. It doesn't mean anything to the animals that they have that view, but that is still a significantly better position to be in than an anti-vegan meat flake who goes and fights with vegans or makes up loads of silly excuses. So there's something to be said there. So congrats, Charlie, most improved meat flake of 2023. I hope this will inspire you to go on and to the next year to be the newest vegan. I don't know, to be the most improved meat flake again, actually, because then you'd be a vegan. Like, was starting fights with vegans and now is a vegan. Now that would be a story to tell, wouldn't it? That would be sick. I'd love to have Charlie on and discuss how he went from that journey to, you know, from hating us to being, to agreeing with us. That would be really cool. And one more award, guys, while we're waiting for the calculations to come in on the Meatflake of the Year, which is being calculated right now. Okay, don't worry. We're going to get that answer to you soon. We're going to reveal that to you soon. The next one we've got is the Pre-Vegan of the Year. Now, this award goes to someone who isn't vegan, right? These awards are for non-vegans. But this is to somebody who's showing signs that they're possibly going to go vegan. Somebody who's shown real positivity, like, okay, they're talking like a vegan. They're doing stuff are they about to go vegan, right? Somebody's not come out and said, like, I'm vegan, but it seems like they're gonna, okay? This is what this award is for. And this award goes to, I think you'll agree with me from my last videos if you've been on the channel watching. You'll agree with who this award is going to. This award is going to the GB News presenter, Eamon Holmes. Okay, guys? This guy. Now, he's a presenter for GB News, which is a right-wing channel. It's right-wing TV channel. So what he is about to say in this clip is important just simply because of what he says about animals, but it is doubly important because he's saying it to an audience that will be 99.9% meat eaters. And he's saying it as a meat eater himself, but how this goes, you wouldn't believe this, right? So the context is PETA released an advert. I'm not going to show the ad, but in this clip, they watch the ad, and then they have a butcher on to talk about this, okay? So check this out. Check out how this goes.
Now, the whole turkey situation at Christmas, it is a moral dilemma. It is. I mean, you're basically breeding birds, you're breeding animals just to wring their necks, kill them.
Why is it a dilemma just at Christmas? People eat meat all year round, not just at Christmas.
Well, it is, but I mean, why do you have to have a turkey at Christmas? We've got their advert here, and this is to make you think twice about turkey, buying it, rearing turkeys, and then wringing their necks. Here we go.
Oh, dear.
Kill the tradition, not the turkey. Well, I'm out. That's done it for me.
Presumably, you could have more humane and lovely meat at your butcher's.
How would you kill them?
Just a quick shot. I don't know.
I was watching a programme this week about an aquarium place in Plymouth, and I didn't realise that lobsters have intelligence, and that stingray fish have intelligence. They can talk, and if you play with them, octopus is one of the most clever creatures on the whole planet. But if you can play with them, they laugh and they can do lots of things. And I do have to say, Molly, we may be all required to do a reset, to do a rethink on all of this. The thing is, Jamie, Molly is saying there's no place for a dead animal on the Christmas dinner table. That's what she's saying. And she's not only saying that, but you're saying, Molly, there are alternatives, aren't you, Molly? Well, I'm going to do what Molly suggests. I'm going to go and look for some sort of alternative.
Genuinely?
Yeah, I might go and live somewhere else for Christmas.
Oh.
Like a hotel.
So there you go. Holy crap. That was some crazy, unexpected support of animals. Not even of vegans. Support of animals. Look at how he spoke about animals. He wasn't interested in the vegan versus non-vegan debate. He was saying the turkeys, their necks are being wrung, people shouldn't be doing this. I don't think people should be doing this. I watched a documentary about animals, and they're so much more complicated than I thought, and so much more complex. And I think we need to have a rethink about how we do. Like, wow, like this guy has absolutely just come so far, hasn't he? As a person, as you can see, and it's seeing this in real time was really amazing, and it's so unexpected. So he absolutely wins pre-vegan of the year, and I hope by next year that will be he'll be no longer be a pre-vegan, and we can check in on that next year. We can see what he's up to. Eamon Holmes, guys, if any of you somehow have any way of getting in contact with him, I suppose we could tweet him. I suppose we could go on Instagram, leave comments. Let's try and be very kind and open to him and show him where to go. And I don't know if he checks his comments or his messages, but damn, we definitely need to reach out here and, reach out with an olive branch and be like, hey, dude, you seem like one of us. maybe we could give you a few tips and pointers on how to, some recipes or whatever you need, man. Like, we're here to help, because he certainly sounds like a vegan, doesn't he? He certainly sounds like a vegan. Now, a special mention here, for pre-vegan of the year. There was one other consideration for this, but not quite the same as Eamon Holmes. Eamon Holmes won it because of how clearly and obviously seems to be considering animals. But my second in line for pre-vegan of the year, I was actually the second in line for this, the runner-up. The award the runner-up award, I suppose, not an award, but the runner-up for this was Josh Fermi, I think how you pronounce it, or Josh Ferm. The guy I went on and debated with on the Lotus Eaters podcast. I'm giving a special mention to him because he's not a vegan, but he also at times spoke like a vegan. He also at times agreed with me on some very important talking points regarding animals and animal rights and animal welfare, and how, there was a lot of stuff we agreed on, basically. There's a lot of stuff that he agreed with me on, that he came with me on, and not a huge amount of pushback. And as I said earlier, I think if you can stick your neck out like that in front of an audience like Eamon Holmes, that would mostly dislike you showing empathy and dislike you showing compassion for animals, then I respect that, even though I don't respect the fact that you're not a vegan. I don't respect what you do to animals, but I do respect that you are not anti, and I do respect that you are in touch with your empathy and compassion for animals, despite for some reason continuing to pay for horrible things to happen to them, which is definitely it's a cognitive dissonance thing, isn't it? So yeah, Josh was in the run up for that, but Josh clearly Eamon Holmes is deserves the win on that one, but definitely not to be overlooked that Josh was very reasonable and very open, and I truly hope that he would be somebody who would also be going vegan, or at least going plant-based in the near future, because he sounded like it. He sounded like it to me in our debate when I went over to their offices and did the debate. So we have one more thing before we get to the Meatflake of the Year, which is Veg90 sent through a clip and wanted me to watch something from 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep you waiting for a little longer, because I need to go watch that while it's still relevant, all right? Because we're going to move on to the vegan soon, so it's not going to be, wouldn't make sense to watch this after. And I don't want to leave Veg90 behind, as he's been so generous to send through a tip, okay? So we'll watch what you wanted me to watch from 10 minutes in. You say I'm just going to get the link now. And then I believe Annie has the result ready, by the way, so we won't be waiting for too much longer, guys. I hope you are excited. I have no idea who wins, by the way. Like, zero idea. So this is going to be a surprise, as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. All right. So from 10 minutes in, apparently there's a meat flake moment here. Okay, let's have a look. And then we'll see what's going on. All right. So thank you, Veg90, for this suggestion. This is not votable, but as we're talking about meat flakes, we'll add one into the mix for you to have a look at. Veg90 recommended we check this out.
If you're gonna be loud, yeah. I guess I might as well be loud too.
Yeah, you can be loud all you want. Right. That's your First Amendment right, sir.
Yeah. The thing is, I ain't disturbing y'all. Y'all are disturbing us.
But they're disturbing animals.
No, they're not.
They're
inside.
Sir, do you live on this side?
I live right here, man.
All right, no problem. So we're gonna go to the other side.
Just go across the street or something.
No problem.
Oh, this dude's angry.
We're gonna go to the other side.
I don't give a fuck about it with the cops or whatever. See what I'm saying? Nick.
Oh my lord. What is he doing? He's getting his shirt off for?
There's
no need for that.
Yeah,
you see this shit?
There's no need for that.
Yeah, there is. There ain't no need for this shit. Get the fuck out of here right now, motherfucker, before I knock the fuck out
Oh
of you.
my lord.
Get the fuck out of here, boy. Get the fuck out of here before I take your shit from you, motherfucker.
Here, record it.
America is messed up, man.
Motherfucker, knock these little punk ass motherfuckers out. Yeah, bitch. Get that shit out of my face. Remember my face.
I'm not in your face, buddy.
Remember my face, you pussy motherfucker.
Jesus.
I'm gonna remember yours.
Why is this guy so upset? Like, this is crazy.
I'm so up with a whole bunch of gangsters at the motherfucking house, bitch.
Okay.
Quit wasting energy on me. Tired of you pussy ass motherfuckers coming around here. You know where the fuck you at?
God, America sucks, man.
Get out of my face with that
We're
shit.
speaking up for innocent animals, sir.
Man, fuck all that shit. Go to motherfucking goddamn meat market down the block or some shit.
We protest all of them.
You a
All of
bitch
them.
ass nigga. Let me slap the fuck out this motherfucker one time. Pussy ass motherfucker. Hiding behind my dad's shit. Yeah. I'm sick of you motherfuckers. Yeah. Fuck him, man. I'm going to jail for this shit. I'll take one. Let me knock this motherfucker out.
The cameraman's brave, huh? Does he not think he's going to do anything, basically?
That's your ass now.
Okay.
Think he's all mouth, or do you think he's actually going to do it?
What's your name, big dog? ¿Cómo se llama tú? Tú no tienes huevos, puto.
Oh, man, imagine getting that upset over just him standing on the street.
I told you we're speaking up for the animals, sir.
That's cool, man. You too damn loud, man.
The dad chilled right out there. I guess he didn't actually want anything to happen in the end. That's good, though, that the dad chilled out.
It's all good. We'll be here every day, bud. Until they drop foie gras. It's nothing against you.
Go fucking bust it in. Don't worry about me. Pussy ass motherfucker gonna be here trying to fucking do that shit, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Bitch.
It's all good.
It's not all good, motherfucker. Where my youngsters at? I get somebody like that to knock these little motherfuckers out. Well, then get out of my way then. Don't fucking stand in my way. Yeah, I'm on my own all the time. I've been out here on my own.
Is he done now?
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's good.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna take a step back.
Yeah.
No need to approach me.
You keep going across the street.
Also, he did have. It was all of the bravado, huh? Because when his dad was in the way, he was like, "I'm gonna go knock him out." But now his dad's left. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna actually do anything."
Okay.
Take that shit across the street right now.
All right, stop.
Take it across the street.
I'm trying to take a step back here.
Take it across the street. Take it across the street. I'm telling you. Jefe, por favor. Take that shit across the street, man.
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm
Nothing
a peaceful
against you,
man.
man.
No, it's everything against me.
Yeah.
I'm taking this real fucking personal. Because I'm gonna show up at your motherfucking front yard. Making some motherfucking noise.
Are we
that
abusing?
whole ass
Are
shit.
we abusing animals?
Motherfucker, you abusing your dick, bitch.
What?
Motherfucker, does anybody in your family motherfucking eat meat? They go knock on their motherfucking door.
No, they don't.
Nobody in your family.
No, they all went vegan.
You fucking fool, you lying piece of shit. That's why you fucking can't look at me in my
100%.
You a full of
My whole
shit.
family
you
went
a
vegan.
fucking hypocrite lying motherfucker.
Okay, prove it.
Prove it?
Yeah.
Well, prove to me that they don't.
I'm telling you right now, my whole family went
I
vegan.
don't believe you for shit.
Why wouldn't you believe me?
Because you a
If I went
bitch-ass
vegan
motherfucker.
and then I showed them
You would've
slaughterhouse
found a
footage.
motherfucking quarter stop in a motherfucking east side over some shit like that. Why don't you go
Do
to
you
the
know what
main
they do? Can I
motherfucking?
explain
Why
what
don't you
they
go to
do?
the farms then?
Can I explain what they
What
do?
are the farms?
We do. We
Does he actually outreach now?
What do you
This is
think you're
interesting.
solve here, man?
I'm gonna tell you. You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Do you actually want to have a
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah.
Can I show you what they do here?
Yeah, because if you don't fucking prove me right,
I got you.
I'm gonna fucking kick your head off.
Okay. We don't need to.
No, you know what?
The violence.
Yeah, we do.
It's all good.
That's the only thing people listen to nowadays is motherfucking balls,
Here, will you
dude.
record this, please? Here, I got you.
Holy shit, man. I'm not.
He's actually watching footage. That's crazy.
Prove to call somebody in your family randomly.
You want me to?
And tell them.
I'll do it on
Hey,
camera.
we got a guy
I'll do it on
that wants to
camera,
know if he.
I promise.
Okay,
I'll do it for
you don't
Let
got
me
a
show
big
you
uncle?
what we're protesting first.
Dude.
Can I show you? Just relax. Calm down.
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you, look, let me tell you something.
Can you just
You
watch
believe in
this
God?
for a second?
You believe in God?
It's irrelevant.
It's like that bull fucking shit. Y'all are fucking here. Get your fucking hypocrite ass out.
You won't watch it though.
You said you don't believe. You said it's irrelevant.
Yeah, it's irrelevant. The animals being abused. What does it matter what I believe?
Because if anybody would protect any fucking animal. They're not protecting them right now. Dude, what the fuck do you eat? You can't survive off a fucking leaf. Thank you.
Oh man.
Legumes, fruits, vegetables. Okay, but you wouldn't watch it. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here all the time. Protest. He wouldn't watch it. I tried to show him the footage. He wanted me to call someone in my family to prove that my whole family is vegan. These things are irrelevant. Do I believe in God? It's irrelevant.
The police came and
Animals
stuff.
are being...
Man, that is wow. That was interesting. I'm surprised that because he looked like some kind of gang guy. So when he came in saying he was going to do something, I thought, oh, maybe he actually would, because he looks like he's in a gang, right? Tattoos and stuff. But I couldn't tell if they were gang tattoos. I don't know how to spot those. But then the second his dad stopped holding him back, he all of a sudden didn't want to fight anymore. And then it was like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe he just was actually just all mouth, and maybe he's not actually got the doesn't walk the walk. Maybe he just talks the talk. Very, very interesting. So yeah, okay. Do you know what? I mean, you guys say that you want this guy to be up in the nominations. I mean, I don't think this guy could pull in enough votes to change the results, to be honest with you. But hey, if you guys want to vote for him, you can vote for him. We could have his code could be, I don't know, Faker, because he faked everything. He faked that he was going to go fight them. He's probably faking being in a gang as well. So we can call this guy Faker. If you want to vote for Faker, go for, I don't think it's going to change the outcome, but you can vote for Faker if you want. And yeah, well done for Pete here for standing your ground, mate, and not walking away, because you know many people would have walked away here, and probably very quickly, because the guy, I don't know, he looked dangerous, but yeah, I mean, that's enough for most people to leave, and rightly so. When you're in America, rightly so. Some dude looks dangerous in America, you just get out of there, right? Surely. But Pete stood his ground, and yeah, fortunately for him, turned out the guy looked like he was faking it, but he might not have been. So I don't know if it's respect for Pete. Respect for standing your ground for animals, but maybe next time, just get out of there, dude. I don't think it's worth it. You can come back a different time when that guy's not there, maybe, because you know, that was a huge gamble to stick it out when this guy was going off like that, you know. Huge gamble. That's Red Pill Pete, by the way, if you guys want to go check out Red Pill Pete. Again, did a good job keeping you cool, but I don't know, I would have bailed out, because I see, if this was happening in somewhere in England, maybe I wouldn't bail out, or some city center somewhere, I wouldn't bail out. But if it's just in the sticks, in some American area, in some American city on the outside, on the outskirts, like it looked like it was residential with no cameras and stuff. Even with cameras, America's crazy, man. People just like shoot each other and stuff, you know. Like people shoot each other over nothing in the States. So I'd be pretty scared if someone came up like that. To be totally honest with you guys, I'm not gonna play tough guy in that scenario. I'll probably just be like, yeah, I've seen the videos, man. I've seen the videos from the States. You guys are crazy. All right. Meatflake of the Year, I believe, could be ready. So guys, we're gonna take a quick little pause, build a bit of suspense. All right, we'll be right back with this year's Meatflake of the Year 2023. All right, then. We are back. And my focus is right. Is my focus? Am I focused? Am I in focus, guys? Yeah, I think I'm in focus. Great. All right, we're back. And we have the results. I believe we have the results of who's going to win this prestigious Meatflake of the Year award. Do we have it?
We have it.
We have the results. Look at that. We got a little fancy envelope and everything. Okay, so maybe if you want, Annie, maybe you can hold. Hello. Maybe you can hold the award just here, just while I do this, so people get the the nice vibe to it. There you go. Like, in a bit more. There you go. Like there you go. Yeah. Okay. Great. So here we go, guys. 2023's Meatflake of the Year award. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Meatflake of the Year 2023. The Rammys. All right. Oh, okay. In third place, we have a tie with 22 votes, guys. 22 votes in third place. We have a tie between Wanker, meaning the anchor with a W, not the other offensive term, and Reverse Ricky. Wow, shared third place. I thought Reverse Ricky would be higher up in the list, and I thought Anchor would be lower down. So I'm surprised you guys voted those in at third place. Okay. This is crazy. In second place, this is the upset of the year. This is crazy that this happened. In second place, we have John Molehill. John Mountain in second place. Guys, the celebrity chef who banned vegans from his restaurant. I am so shocked about that. That is crazy. In first place with 32 votes. So John Mountain got 27 votes, okay? In first place with 32 votes, which I'm completely shocked about, is Katie Hopkins from the Oxford Union debate, otherwise known as The Witch. She is the winner of Meatflakes of the Year 2023, decided on by you. Wow. That is a shock. Katie Hopkins wins this prestigious Facepalm Award for Meatflake of the Year 2023. And she came in the last moment with a video that was released just last night. After all this preparation over all this year, she comes in at the last minute and steals it. That is absolutely phenomenal. You guys surprised me. There was only 6 votes in it, guys. There was only 6 votes in it. She got 6 more votes than John Mountain. Wow. Katie Hopkins, congratulations. I'm going to hand this over metaphorically. There you go. All right. I am shocked. You guys surprised me. I thought John Mountain would have taken that by storm. I thought it would have been a landslide. But she does deserve this. Katie Hopkins does deserve this award for her absolutely disgraceful show that we've already seen at the Oxford Union debate, which was just pathetic on so many levels, and just really embarrassing. Imagine if that was your mum. Oh, jeez, you'd be so embarrassed, so ashamed, wouldn't you? Or your wife. Oh, Katie Hopkins, Meatflake of the Year 2023. Wow. Absolutely wow. And if you want to see why, guys, we already showed the clip, but we can show a little bit more if you want, actually. I see some people not too sure because maybe you weren't here earlier. Let's put a bit of the clip up, and if you want to see the full clip of this, it's on the Oxford Union's YouTube channel. So here's why she won the award.
Well, shit me, you're a lot of fun, aren't you? Banging on about how we should be vegan. So much joy, isn't there, amongst the vegan community? Aren't they just uplifting? And then we've got Mr. Holocaust here. We're nearly into Christmas. It's the Holocaust. You eat a cow. It's the Holocaust, you murderers.
Yeah, I think that's enough of that. You get the vibe for the rest of it. Guys, if you want to go watch the full monologue, go watch the full monologue. It's just more of this, and it's absolutely disgusting. And from the clips that we shared today, you can see why she won it. Just terrible. So I guess congratulations. I guess you're a piece of crap, terrible person, Well done. So now, guys, we get to move on to the vegan awards. Don't we? That's exciting. Now, we're going to take a short little break now before we get into the vegan awards. And the vegan awards we're going to give out, just to wet your whistle, we're giving out a One to Watch award, Most Improved Vegan, Outstanding Vegan Legend, Grumpiest Vegan, Best Vegan Celebrity, Gone But Not Forgotten, and the Hall of Fame award. Now, I'm going to explain what each of those is, all right? But make sure you stick around so you can see if any of your favorite people are in this list, all right? Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, guys, how you all doing? Put some broccolis in the chat if you are ready for us to dive into the vegan awards. Okay, and I want to see lots of broccolis, guys. I want to see loads of broccolis in the chat if you're ready. I feel like I'm pretty ready. I'm excited to reveal to you these. So how it's gone here is, excuse me. Oh, God, why am I so burpy right now? How it's gone is, you guys sent me over people you wanted to see nominated. And I agreed with a lot of them. And then the more of you that suggested, the more I was like, okay, you know, I agree. And I think we're going to go for these people. And so it's partly based on who you nominated, who you recommended. And it's also partly based on my opinion and who I wanted to get these awards. All right. So the first award that we're going to be giving out is the One to Watch award. Okay. Now, everybody who's getting an award here, this is a big deal, okay? This is based on the year that we've had, and it's been a long year that we've had. It's been a big year for vegans, a big year for vegan activism, and as always, you know, more and more people getting out there and doing more and more work, and it's been big. A lot of stuff's happened, and there's a lot going on. All right, just so a big thank you to everybody who was nominated and everybody who wasn't nominated. All right, now, the first award we're going to give out is the One to Watch award. Yeah. Now, what this is an award for an up-and-coming activist. I mean, all these awards are going out to activists in one form or another, okay? And this one goes out this one's going out to an activist who I think you should keep an eye on and expect big things, all right? That's the One to Watch. This is to keep an eye on this person. I think they may blow up, and I think big things may come for this person, and they'll be able to get some big opportunities to represent animals, all right? A lot of you sent over this person. A lot of you sent over and recommended this person to win an award. And I have to agree. And that's why I'm awarding her this award for the One to Watch. The winner of the One to Watch award, someone to keep an eye on, a vegan to watch, a vegan to keep your eyes on over the next couple of years, is Jamie Logan otherwise known as, Jamie's Corner. Her YouTube channel is Jamie's Corner. Jamie started doing videos back in 2022, I believe. Maybe mid to the beginning of 2022. And since then, it's gone from strength to strength. The explosion of her channel, the explosion of her content seems to be never ending. Videos hitting millions of views, 20,000 followers on Instagram, just going bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think it's brilliant. So here is one of Jamie's videos that we're going to have a look at. And let me tell you something honestly as well. See, Jamie's content to me doesn't appeal to me, right? It's not the kind of stuff that I particularly enjoy watching. It's too American in my opinion for me, right? But even though that's the case, I 100% respect the grind and the effort that she's putting in. I think what she's doing is brilliant because, hey, look, I'm an almost 35-year-old guy who doesn't really like hyper energetic stuff. But guess who does like that kind of stuff? 12 to 17-year-olds. And guess who's mostly on social media? 12 to 17-year-olds. Like, young people use social media, and her content absolutely is perfect for them. So I completely support what she does, and I think it's brilliant that she does it, even though it's not my cup of tea, right? We're going to show you one of her videos. I enjoyed this video. I don't dislike her content, but it's definitely more suitable for the younger audience. And again, that is a big compliment because I can't make that stuff. I'm out of touch with the youth of today. She's in touch with the youth of today.
What the hell is up? My name is Jamie Logan, and we're here at a climate protest, and we're asking people why the hell they're not vegan.
Hippy dippy, plant-based, no way.
If I could go vegan, I would. Why can't you? Are you familiar with how meat, dairy, and eggs contribute to climate change?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just fuck off. Fuck off, okay. And we have somebody eating a hot dog over here. Are we sure we're at an environmental protest?
Buying meat is not supporting capitalism, okay?
Any vegans in the house? No, okay. She's vegan, thank God we have one.
Enjoy your hot dogs over there and watch some of these great folks at your Sierra Club eating a hot dog.
Look, this guy's literally eating a hot dog while at an environmental protest. Right. How do you feel about all the hypocrisy?
Will I get bleeped? Because I don't know any other word. We're just fucked, Jamie. We're fucked. And you never, ever, ever see diet as one of the leading things to do. If you really, when you go and you click on Climate Action Now, there you go. If you click on your website, does it say that the number one thing we should be doing is not eating animals?
Yes, and I haven't been eating him.
What about other animals? Do you eat pigs, cows, chickens, turkeys, or fish?
I've cut down a lot, but in all honesty, yes.
We got stop gas, all three of you. How do we feel about cow farts? Farting is fun, okay. We have one answer over there.
They gotta do what they gotta do, but there's maybe too many cows.
Maybe cows, fewer cows.
Why are there so many cows?
Milk and meat industry.
Okay. And why do they produce them?
Well, we all buy it.
I'm talking to climate people that are here trying to fight for a future, right? Yet they eat animals. How do you feel about that?
Well, listen, we should move globally to a plant-based diet.
Coming from a climate scientist.
Yeah.
Sir, what brings you here today?
Montgomery actually disagrees with the entire premise of this march. Mr. Montgomery is here in a general sense, but he does not support all of this hippy-dippy, ideological, amorphous, especially plant-based, no way.
Actually,
oh my God.
Me and a couple of other people made these signs.
I love them.
Thank you so much.
Beautifully done.
Yeah.
So what angers you the most about climate change and these industries that are hurting our planet?
When people, they don't believe that it's real, because obviously it's happening around us. It's literally, there's scientific proof, and people still want to turn a blind eye to it and, deny it.
Hippy dippy.
How much worse is methane than carbon?
It's 80 times worse than carbon dioxide over a 20-year period. So we're talking about a major super pollutant going into the air.
Where does methane come from?
It comes from the ground.
I heard that methane also comes from cow farts.
It does. It does. It's real.
It is a real thing. So are you vegan?
I am not.
So
I'm not vegan. I'm not vegan.
Let's try.
Why not? Why not?
Because
These things are so just full of hypocrites. It's frustrating with climate guys because they go out, they're like, yeah, you know, we all need to do something about the climate. Yeah. Are you doing like the most simple thing you could possibly do for the climate and for animals? No. Okay. Why do you care about the climate? I care about people. Just people. Do you care about wildlife? Yeah, I care about wildlife. Yeah, I care about animals. Oh, that's cool. But yet you're still not vegan. I mean, do you really care? Like, why are you out here? Why do you want to save the planet? That's a question I've asked climate people before. They don't really answer it very well. Like, why do you want to save the planet? What for? What is the reason? Like, okay, define it, right? What are you trying to save exactly? You know, I don't think a lot of these protesters actually fully consider why they're out there, which is why they're not vegan for one, you know?
I make a choice myself.
Yeah.
Each time I eat meat,
That's
eat
great.
meat.
Yeah.
Normally, I don't eat meat. Okay.
But you just said you eat meat.
I do. I don't stress if I do.
Yeah, you don't stress, but you know who stresses? The environment and the animals.
I was actually this whole entire time walking through the protest saying, but the way to save the planet is to go vegan. Thank you! To save the planet, how many of you are actually vegan? Because that's the way you actually save the planet. They're all holding up signs saying, end fossil fuels, but how many of them are vegan and actually doing something when they actually have that control instead of forcing corporations? They could literally go into any grocery store and just choose vegan instead
Well, you could do both, right?
of buying animal-based products.
And it's a two-way thing. Like, yes, we have to get the corporations to change, but we also have to change at an individual level. The corporations are supplying the goddamn animal products because people are buying it. So if people want to help and people want to do something
I'm interested to see, this girl seems really passionate here. I'm interested to see what she says when the vegan topic comes up, and then we'll move on.
They can make a difference at an individual level. What can they do?
The little things matter, like recycling daily, or, you know, not maybe bring your own cup.
It's hard to.
God, man, these people are insufferable. Wait, I want to skip through because we don't have a lot of time, right? We're gonna make sure we keep moving. We got other people, other awards to award, right? And Jamie's brilliant, but you can't take up all the time, Jamie. I know you'd like to. We can't take up all the time though. All right, let's go back to this one.
So.
Okay, let's go from here.
Reduce our impact.
Dying.
How do you feel about people going vegan?
I'm not vegan, so I don't, but I don't have a problem with it. And honestly, I feel like, good on them, Don't take from animals. What? No.
He's handing her a ham and cheese sandwich.
No, I don't eat agriculture produced meat.
Bad timing. All right, is that it with her? Does it just finish? No, she's back again. I just want to see how it concludes because she was so passionate about making changes,
Like honestly, if I could go vegan, I would. But
why can't you?
I don't think I'm that strong, honestly. I'm vegetarian though.
Okay.
So there's that. But honestly, maybe one day I will go vegan because of just seeing what's happening, seeing all the extinct people. I want to do as much as I can to help.
I mean, listen.
Okay, fair enough. She needed a push, obviously, and I guess. Oh wait, there's more there. I hope Jamie does push this girl. She's the one that seemed more interesting to me because she was so passionate,
She's pissed. I think she eats animals, that's why. What would be the hardest thing for you to give up to go vegan?
Good question.
Honestly, I would have to say dairy products because I drink coffee a lot and, I always got coffee up in my milk. But honestly, if I would do it. Yeah. I would do it.
You know what? It's a matter of going to the grocery store and reaching your arm in the oat milk direction rather than the cow milk direction because I don't know if you're familiar, but 1 gallon of milk requires 1,000 gallons of water to produce.
I heard about that, period. I love oat milk too. So honestly, I do it.
So are you...
That's pretty cool. So I was interested in that one specifically because she was so passionate and she could have gone one way or the other because she could have become more stubborn or she could have been like, oh yeah, you're actually helping me to be better or whatever. So Jamie did a great job here. This is a great video. Very good idea to get out there and get in with the environmentalists. I've done it before and it's always interesting because they do jump through a lot of hoops to try and justify not being vegan while being out and protesting for to save the planet or whatever. So now big props to Jamie. And this is not the first clip I've seen. I've seen a lot of Jamie's clips on Instagram as well. She does a great work over there. Gets, as I said, millions of views. So in such a short amount of time, I got to say I'm jealous, Jamie. You're doing a great job. And that's why you win the Up-and-Comer Award or the One to Watch Award. We called it the One to Watch Award because I think that you're only going to go bigger and bigger and bigger because you're nailing it. I don't know, you're nailing it. You've got it, whatever it is, you have it. And congratulations on that. Keep on doing it. You are smashing it, Jamie. The link is in here. Annie put it in here. Jamie's Corner on YouTube and on Instagram. I don't know about Twitter, but definitely YouTube and Instagram. Well done again, Jamie. Cool. Next up, guys, the next big award we've got for the vegans, okay, is Most Improved Vegan. Most Improved Vegan of 2023. This is an award. Oh, wait, hold up one second. Jamie's here in the chat. There you go. She says, wow, thank you very, very much. Love you and all you do for animals. Right back at you, Jamie. Keep smashing it. You're doing a great job. Just legends in here, guys. Everyone get over there and sub. Okay, so next up, the Most Improved Vegan of the Year. This is an award for the Most Improved Vegan Activist of the Year. This is an award for someone who has grown to become a really strong voice for animals. Now, it doesn't mean that they were necessarily bad before. They're the one who've just made the most growth in general, right? So they could have been good and they became great, or they were great and they just became phenomenal, right? Someone who's done the most growth in 2023. And I think a lot of you voted these guys for this. Okay, I've already given it away when I said these guys, didn't I? This to me was an obvious choice. I couldn't have picked anybody else for it based on what I've seen with my own eyes and what we've all seen over the year. This award for the Most Improved Vegans of 2023 goes to Vegan Muscle Outreach, otherwise known as Mel Steve. It is a no-brainer. These guys absolutely deserve this award. These two, I tell you what, the first video I watched of these two, I was pretty impressed with Steve, right? When I saw his video. It's the first one I ever watched. We did a reaction to it. And I watched it, but I definitely had some critiques for him, right? I had a couple critiques for him, and I was like, I think he's doing a good job. He's doing good. There's just a few little spots where I was thinking, I would have done that differently. And I think he missed a trick here. I think he missed a good point there. And I told him, and Steve was like, sweet. Thank you so much for the feedback. We've taken it on board. Thank you for giving us this. And since then, we've been in contact and we've been talking. And these guys have been involved in so much. They've been involved in so many different groups, and they've been involved with so many different activists. They've taken so much feedback on board. And now, in this last year, they've just grown so much, and their content is just so good, and their angles are good. Their questions are good. Their videos, the quality of the videos is amazing. They have just come from a good place, and now they're in just a fantastic place. And I couldn't be happier for how much they've progressed over the year. Now, we already watched one of their videos, guys, so I'm not going to put another video up just to save some time because we've already checked them out. They did a real good job with that Meatflake, and I just want you guys to get over here and sub to them. They're up as Mel Steve now, or It's Mel Steve. I don't know if you still search vegan muscle, if they'll still come up. But guys, get over there and start to just binge their videos. They've got tons of videos. They're putting a video out like every couple of days at this point. The rate of posting for them is great, and the quality's still good. Doing great work for animals. Really, really valuable activists. I'm a big fan, guys. I love these guys. I think they're awesome, and they absolutely deserve together the Most Improved Vegans of the Year for 2023. Just brilliant, guys, brilliant. So get over there, subscribe, guys, to Mel and Steve. So happy to give these awards out to these people who super deserve it. It's so cool. All right, our next award is for an outstanding vegan legend. It's the Outstanding Vegan Legend Award. Now, this is an award that we're going to give to a vegan who has put in a standout performance defending animals and speaking up over 2023. All right. There's someone who really just stuck out as like wow, this person just doesn't stop. And they're doing so much at the same time. Just an outstanding performance. That's why it's Outstanding Vegan Legend. And I'm sure those of you who know this person are going to agree with them winning this award. And if you don't know, I'll explain why. But the winner of Outstanding Vegan Legend of 2023 this award goes to Dr. Faraz Harsini. Okay? Dr. Faraz Harsini is the winner of our Outstanding Vegan Legend 2023. If you don't know who Dr. Faraz Harsini is, this is him. Okay? This is his channel. So let me give you a list of the things he's done and what he's been doing over 2023, because it is mind-boggling what this guy does. So he is a doctor. He's a biochemist, okay? His day job is working on alternative proteins, okay? So he's actually creating the future of food, right? And making it vegan. 1, okay? 2, he gives talks and lectures on why we should stop animal testing, right? As a doctor who has tested on animals, he now goes out and stands against animal testing and gives lectures to university students. 3, he goes and also gives lectures on ethics to these same people. He'll go in with the pretense of, we're going to talk about technology, we're going to talk about testing, and he'll start telling them about ethics. He makes them watch Dominion. He makes them watch clips from Dominion, okay, as part of his lectures. Fantastic, okay? Absolutely incredible. 4, he sets up something called ASAP, which is Allied... God damn, I've forgotten what it stands for. He set up an organization called Allied Scholars for Animal Protection. That's what it is, I think. And what this does is he has a network that he's created himself, okay? He has created a network of university students all over the USA, and I think he wants to expand it outside of the USA, of intellectuals, people studying the sciences, people who are building their careers, and he's built up these university groups where they are almost like incubators for these people to go into jobs that will help the world go vegan. So he's taken the most talented people, the most intelligent people in the world, these incredible students who want to do something for animals, and he has given them all a way they can do that. He is helping them with funding. He's helping them set up events. He's helping them grow their career and go into jobs and careers and change the world for animals from his own experience that he's giving them and other people that he's got involved with his organization who are very well educated, very well connected, and very well experienced, who want to change the world for animals. He's doing all of that. And guys, we're not even done yet. On top of all of that, this same man I've just told you who's doing all of that stuff, he works with AV. He goes out and does street outreach. If all of that weren't enough, he goes and does street outreach as well. And not just like 1 or 2 little outreach events. Like, he does outreach consistently. He's been to some big events where they do 10 hours a day, 5 days in a row. He's been there and doing outreach on top of all the other stuff that he's got going on. He is an absolutely incredible activist, and he deserves Outstanding Vegan Legend of the Year. Now, let's watch a little bit of one of his videos, one of his outreach. It's only 2 minutes 45. It's a quick little clip. We'll get a flavor for how Dr. Faraz Harsini talks and who he is, and you guys are going to enjoy that. Just realized for some reason I'm not subscribed to him, which is very unusual. I swear I was, but yeah, here we go.
So would you say your values are not to harm animals?
Correct.
And then we agree that with your actions, you are causing that extra suffering, right?
Right.
What do you call a person whose actions and values are not aligned?
Actions not aligned, I would say hypocrite.
That's a word, right? Yeah. So before going vegan, we are just hypocrites, and that's okay if you don't know what's happening to animals. But the moments that you know, the moment that you have the realization that you just had today, would you agree that it's on us to do the right thing?
That is correct, yes.
So now that you know that, what are you going to do about it?
Still the same thing.
So continue abusing animals?
Correct.
So let me give you an example. If you were in place of those animals, and I was debating someone else who was abusing you, and I was trying to help you, I was trying to defend you, what would you rather that person who was sitting in your place say?
To help.
Do you think it's harder for you to be vegan, or do you think it's harder for animals to be exploited the entire time and then get killed? Do you think it's harder for you just to make a simple dietary choice, or do you think it's harder for those animals to go through that?
Definitely the latter.
Imagine you had some like trash in your hand, right? Would you just trash and litter, or would you walk extra 50 feet to find a trash can, despite the fact that the former is easier?
In that case, yes, I'd walk the 50 feet or whatever it is, yeah.
So why not walking extra 50 feet to save a living being? There are 2 misconceptions here. One of them is that vegan foods is not delicious. I literally eat everything I used to eat, like lasagna, pizza. There is vegan cheese. And because you're not vegan, you just don't even know that these options exist. We literally, yesterday, we just got vegan sushi here at UT, right? So that's the first thing. But more importantly, I want to say that even if you didn't get the option that you were looking for, there is merit to stand up for your values and not just act based on peer pressure and what other people are doing, right? You told me that your values are to protect animals and not harm them. Why not standing up for your values? All I want to say at the end of this is know that when you leave today, at your next meal, you can just do a little research and find out where to go. You have bodily autonomy, right?
Correct,
You can decide where to go. You can pull up your phone and find vegan options, and there is tons of vegans here. They all manage to do that. Do you think you are not as talented as the rest of them? I think you are, right?
Right.
So for you, just pull up your phone, find the right option, and you just go there. If you decide to eat animals, those animals have no bodily autonomy. They've put in that situation against their will. They're being abused because some people like you decide not to help them. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
So yeah, that's his organization, Allied Scholars for Animal Protection. Obviously, as you saw there, he did a fantastic job. And, you know, on top of all of this, when you consider also Faraz's background, which, by the way, I've got an interview coming out with him soon. When you consider his background and what he's come from, so Faraz has not had an easy life. He's had a very difficult life. He is Iranian and had to leave Iran. He was involved in LGBT activism over there. He's gay himself. He can never go home. He can never visit home. He can never return because they'll arrest him, right? So the guy has been through some serious. His human rights have been violated, okay? And his friends and his family, their human rights have been violated and been stripped from them. He's experienced some serious hardship, and yet here he is, still going out there, still fighting for the right thing, for the right, for what is right. You know, it didn't put him off. He kept going strong, and now he's stronger than ever. He is an incredibly inspirational person, and I'm so happy to be giving him this. Outstanding Vegan Legend Award. And keep an eye out for the interview that I'm going to put up with him soon. He makes some, wow, like this interview with him was very spicy. Like some of the stuff he said, I was like, wow, okay, that's gonna get some people riled up, you know. He did not hold back. He really went all in. So I'll be getting that interview ready. It's almost ready to go. Okay, guys. So congratulations, Dr. Faraz Harsini, you legend, mate. It's been a pleasure to work with you, man, and I'm looking forward to working with you a lot more. Well done for your Outstanding Vegan Legend Award. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube and go and check out ASAP, Allied Scholars for Animal Protection. Okay, guys? All right. Our next award is I'll call it the Grumpiest Goose Award. We'll go for that. Our next award is the Grumpiest Goose Award. This is an award for the vegan who has who's not stopped whining about other vegans, and somebody who regularly gets stroppy at other vegans. Now, of course, listen, we're all stroppy, right? When it comes to what happens to animals, we all get grumpy and whiny and stroppy because we are genuinely upset about what happens to animals, right? This is not what I'm saying here when I say grumpiest goose. When I say grumpiest goose, I'm talking about somebody who's grumpy aside from that. Because, of course, we're all upset about what happens to animals. That's not fair to call someone grumpy for that. But there's lots of other things you can be grumpy about, all right? So this is an award for somebody who's grumpy apart from the right way, the right reason to be grumpy. And I can't believe I'm about to award this award to somebody, but the winner of the Grumpiest Goose Award of 2023, okay? The winner of the Grumpiest Goose Award for 2023 goes to Mr. Roger Yates. You guys know Roger Yates. I hope you do. Please do go check out his channel if you don't, all right? Roger Yates is one of the OG vegans, okay? He's been vegan for a very, very long time. For over 40 years, he's been vegan. He's been an activist since then as well. He's been an activist since before most of us were born, okay? He is absolutely a great person to go follow and go look at and watch his videos, and you know, because you'll learn a lot about the history of the animal rights movement and a lot of the things that happened back then before we were around. And he's brilliant. No doubt. He's got some really interesting stuff to go in there, okay? But he's a grumpy goose. He's a very grumpy goose. And that's why he wins the Grumpiest Goose Award. He's mostly grumpy on Twitter. And you'll see most of his grumpy goosery right there on Twitter, referring to other vegans and what he doesn't like about them and what he doesn't like about the modern movement and how vegans and animal rights guys are these days. And there's a lot of grumpiness, which is why he's won the Grumpiest Goose Award. But I don't want this to be me ripping into him. I'm not ripping into him because, as I said, I respect him and I'd like to consider him as a friend. I hope he considers me the same. He's been on the channel, you know, and I take him seriously a lot of the time. However, he's still a grumpy goose. That's why he wins the award for the Grumpiest Goose of 2023. So, yeah, go check out Roger Yates. As I said, guys, valuable information, valuable history. He can give you some valuable history lessons on the animal rights movement. And this is a playful award, okay? Roger, don't take it seriously. We're messing around here. You are a grumpy goose, though. There's no doubt about it. Perfect. Cool. Our next vegan award, guys, this one goes out to Best Vegan Celebrity. We're doing a Best Vegan Celebrity Award, okay? Now, this is an award for a celebrity who's actually vegan. Okay, obviously. They have to tick that box. So many celebrities say they are and they actually aren't. And they tend to be very untrustworthy. Even some of the ones that we do trust end up screwing us over, you know, and it's really disappointing. Not us, that's not important. Animals, they screw animals over. But obviously they disappoint us as well, and we support them, and then they do something horrible, and it's really sad. For all involved, mostly for animals, right? Now, this is also a celebrity who is actually vegan, who actually helps animals, and they've done some good stuff in 2023, right? So that's the three boxes. That they actually are vegan, they actually help animals, and they've done something notable in 2023. That's what we're going to go with, okay? So the winner, who ticks the boxes, all those boxes, Best Vegan Celebrity for 2023 is, as some of you have already guessed, Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais, the world-famous comedian, creator of The Office, and yeah, actor, writer extraordinaire. Ricky Gervais, with his new special that just came out, Armageddon, which I've watched and it was fantastic, wins our Best Vegan Celebrity of 2023. Why does he win Best Vegan Celebrity of 2023? Well, his recent special that he just did, it's on Netflix now, guys, go watch it. He has just raised just about £2 million, I believe, and donated £2 million to animal charities off the back of this special. And the more money it generates, the more he's going to donate. He's been very clear about that. The more controversy this thing generates, the more money comes in, and the more he can send to animal charities. This is his system, and he's very proud of his system. But it doesn't end there. He's not only sending money to animal charities, right? He's also doing this. Now, guys, before I push play here, I need to tell you a couple things. One, this is the most viewed thing on Netflix right now. Okay, this is the most popular thing on Netflix right now. It's looking to be his most viewed special ever. Okay, in like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 countries, this is number one on Netflix. Millions of people are watching this. Towards the end of this special, he started saying this. Okay, now I don't know what's going to happen when I click play. I've seen other people put up clips of this on YouTube and it seems fine. But if the stream goes funny for any reason, if something goes wrong, please just be patient. It will come back. I just don't know how it's going to work with it being Netflix and stuff, all right, with it being from Netflix. But I'm going to play it and we're going to see what happens, okay? So this is Ricky Gervais and his new special, Armageddon. And he said this to a crowd, and millions of people have watched this by now, and millions more are going to watch it. It is brilliant.
Most people don't realise that in my lifetime, we've wiped out 70% of all animal populations. And what's left en masse on the earth of animals is 36% human, 60% farm animals just to feed humans, and 4% wild now. People don't realise that we have to tear down entire rainforests, the lungs of the earth, just to grow grain, to feed these cows, to feed us.
How crazy is that? You hear what he said then? He didn't only comment on what we're doing with animals. He did something that not a lot of people do in the public eye. No celebrities talk about this. The crops that we grow to feed those animals, and how that's also a huge factor at playing into this whole mess. I thought that was brilliant. It's something that's very overlooked by many people. So the fact that he brought it up, I was really impressed by.
Steal grain from third world countries because they want hard currency. They can't even feed their own people. We take their grain, feed our cattle. Meat eaters. If you eat meat every day, if you gave up 1 day a week, we'd feed another 100 million people. But I think people care. It's out of sight, out of mind. Think of the animal that most people know, their dog. They love their dog. They wouldn't let anyone hurt their dog. And a dog is a cow, is a sheep, is a deer. People love their dog so much, they won't even watch a fictional thing where a dog gets hurt. And I get that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So that was the first clip. Now here's the second clip. So, but just to recap, that was fantastic that he brought that up. A dog is a pig, is a cow. Amazing that he said that to all these people who were sat there probably like, oh God, I feel so bad right now. I didn't come here for this. but you know, it's brilliant. And he wedged it in. See, it was pretty much 90% comedy and 10% some facts and some serious stuff. And this bit here is really good because he actually manages, the bit coming up, he actually manages to combine a good message with comedy, right? So you'll see what happens here. This bit, I was so happy about this bit. I'm so pumped.
Cheers. Thanks to everyone who bought a ticket. If you bought a platinum ticket, the money goes to an animal charity, and you've raised $2 million so far, so thank you so much. I even get a bit of stick about that on social media. There's always someone who goes, oh, why do you only speak up for animals? And I go, well, because they haven't got a voice of their own except parrots. And I think that's why we don't eat parrots. Everyone around the world eats every other type of bird, don't they? Everyone in the world eats fucking chickens and ducks and geese and turkeys and ostriches. No one eats parrots. Do you know why? If you go and try and eat a parrot, it goes, fuck off, you So speaking up really does work, right?
So yeah, amazing, right? That he points out, why do you speak up for animals? And he says, because they don't have a voice, they can't speak up for themselves. But that actually manages to tie a joke in, except for parrots. And the beauty of it is, he's making the point that, look at all the animals we eat, look at all the birds we eat. That's the serious point. And he's like, if you try to eat a parrot, they tell you, F off. And that it's really, that to me is the pinnacle of getting a message across while still making people laugh. And that's really hard to do. To actually be able to say, I've got something serious. I want to use this opportunity that you've all come to see me. I want to use it as an opportunity as also to say something I care about, but I don't want to preach, right? So fitting it into a joke is brilliant. And he didn't have to do that. This is also a thing. Remember, he could have just donated the money and everyone would have been like, he's vegan, he donates money to charities. Great. But he didn't stop there, did he? He went one step further and said, you know what? I'm going to risk losing fans. I'm going to risk pissing people off. I'm going to talk about animals, and not even in a completely jokey way. I'm going to actually say something very serious and very sobering to an audience of people who came for comedy. Amazing that he would do that because he cares. And he is definitely a vegan. He said he's vegan, and you can see the way he's speaking here is vegan. And the fact is that he understands what veganism is. I've heard him on a podcast with Sam Harris, where Sam Harris asked him, are you vegan? And he explained the difference between a vegan and what he was. He understands entirely what being a vegan means. So if he says, I am a vegan, he means it. He means it. And the kind of person he is, I don't expect that he would ever walk that back. I think he's in now. I think he's in for life. And he's made a core decision in his life that he's going to stick with, which is fantastic. So thank you, Ricky Gervais, for getting out there and speaking to all these millions of people that never would have heard this information, and for donating all that money to those animal charities. What an amazing guy. What an absolute legend. Well deserving of Best Vegan Celebrity of 2023. Amazing. Super happy about this one, guys. Super happy about this one. And we got away with showing it so far. So I don't know. Maybe the Netflix gods are going to come soon and take this whole thing down. Oh, all right. So we got to get a little bit sad for the next award. All right. A couple of you nominated this person for the next award, and the next award we're going to give out is the Gone But Not Forgotten award. So as you might have guessed, this is an award for somebody who is unfortunately no longer with us. Somebody we lost this year, and a couple of you sent this in and said, hey, maybe we could have a posthumous award. I don't know if that's how you say it. It sounds like I'm saying hummus award, but anyway, an award for this guy because he's no longer with us, but did great work for animals. So the Gone But Not Forgotten award for this year, thanks to you guys who suggested, is going to go to Benjamin Zephaniah. Okay. For those who don't know who Benjamin Zephaniah is, He recently, unfortunately, passed away of, I believe it was a brain tumor. He was a poet, well-known poet, actor, and an activist. Not only an activist for animal rights, but an activist for other issues and other causes as well. He was, I think he's most notably, I suppose, in more popular culture, he's notable from being in Peaky Blinders. He acted in Peaky Blinders. But I think before that, it was poetry that he was mostly known for. And he did songs as well, poetry and music, vegan related and with strong animal rights messages. And unfortunately, recently passed away. So the Gone But Not Forgotten Award goes out here to Benjamin Zephaniah, and we're going to watch a quick clip that he did for Veganuary, and to give you a flavour of the kind of guy he was and what he believed in.
I am vegan because I believe in a just world. Meat production commodifies animals, putting a price on their bodies and their reproductive abilities. I don't like that. They don't like that, because they are individual beings, not factory components. Farming animals requires lots of land, so miles and miles of irreplaceable rainforests are cut down, slashed and burned. The wild animals who live there die or have to eke out an existence in close proximity to people. But what is bad for cows is bad for the planet and is also bad for us. When we destroy forests like this and force wild animals who would rather be left alone into our world, the pathogens they may harbour can transmit to us or ours to them. That's how pandemics start. Being vegan isn't just about protecting cows. It's about protecting indigenous land rights, wild animals, forest, our beautiful planet, and ourselves. Being vegan is about justice for all.
So yeah, a very, very big loss to the world. I never personally met him. I didn't get to see him perform, but everybody I came across who met him or did see him perform said nothing but good things about him. Apparently he was just a force of nature, a great guy, very passionate about, like you saw, justice, very passionate about justice for animals and justice for humans as well. An all-round legend. So, it's always sad when we lose, when we lose the people we care about, when good people lose their lives. It's especially sad when they're as good as Benjamin Zephaniah was. So, gone but not forgotten, mate. It left a big impact, left a lot of words and a lot of inspiration for people who are still here. So definitely not forgotten, and will live on as a legend, as a vegan legend. And thank you for everybody who sent over the suggestion for this, to give this award out. I appreciate you thinking like that. Something I actually personally overlooked. I didn't consider this award to do an award like this. So I really do thank you all for sending that over to me and getting this done. Very important for us to recognize Benjamin here. All right. And then we have the final award of the day. Some would argue the most prestigious award, as this is the Hall of Fame award, okay? This is somebody who's going to be entered into the Vegan Hall of Fame. This is the ultimate honor, okay, guys? Whoever wins this goes into the Vegan Hall of Fame for incredible contributions to defending animals over a space of many, many years, all right? This is what I'm thinking when I'm considering this person. And a couple of you, well, not a couple, more than a couple of you recommended this person as well. And the reason this person is winning this award is going to be obvious to anyone who knows even a fraction of what he's been doing, of the things he's been through over the years. But if not, don't worry. We're going to give you the information you need to understand why he's been entered into the Hall of Fame. All right. The Hall of Fame award for 2023 goes to Wayne Chung, the founder of DXE, and currently, I can't remember his current organization, but DXE founder, currently fighting for animals and even seeing jail time for it. So Wayne Chung, okay, guys, this is Wayne Chung here. For those that don't know or haven't watched my videos about Wayne, and by the way, guys, tell me the name of his new organization if you remember. I only know him from DXE, but I know he's got a different organization now, so that's my bad. I should have done my prep. But here's why Wayne is winning the Hall of Fame award, okay? So for years and years and years, Wayne has given up his entire life to fighting for animals, okay? He hasn't had, in his own words, I read his this whole thing he put together where he was talking about his life. Since he was young, he wanted to have a family, and he really wanted to build a family. You know, find someone he loved and get married and have children and have that kind of homely family life. That's always been a goal of his. And instead of doing that, he has chosen to do something that is much more selfless. And instead of going to try and achieve that, he's chosen to choose a life that pretty much will never allow him to have what he wants, like a normal life. He's an animal rights lawyer. He is an animal rescuer. He does open rescue. And he's been doing this for years, putting himself in harm's way, putting himself in legal harm's way, risking prison multiple times from rescuing animals from factory farms, from rescuing animals from slaughterhouses. And finally, recently, he has actually been in prison. He was in solitary confinement for, I believe it was, I think it was 3 months in total. They kept him in solitary confinement in prison for 3 months just recently, and he's just been released. But there's more cases coming up, and it looks like he could potentially see even more jail time. So why has he been getting jail time? What has he been doing? Well, him and his team have been going to farms in the daytime without masks, without covering their faces, and taking out sick animals and rescuing them. For this, they are treated like criminals, they're treated like terrorists, and now the law is getting more and more strict with them, making any idea of any kind of normal life impossible. Like, these people who do this, they're giving up any sense of a normal life, which is why I mentioned earlier that, you know, his ideas of wanting to have a family are completely impossible while he's doing this work. This work does not allow you to live in society as a normal person. You're being watched by the police. You are being attacked by the law constantly. And they take all your freedoms away when you're doing this kind of work. But it's important work. Yet he has never stopped. He's always continued. He's always continuing to do more and more. Even now he's been in prison. He's come out and he's straight away got back on the horse, so to speak, on the wooden horse, let's say. And he doesn't plan on stopping. He wants to change the laws in the US to consider animals and to be able to have the legal right to stop farmers from doing this to animals, what they do to animals. They have huge goals, and they've had these huge goals since I can remember, all the way back when I started DXC actions, all the way back in 2018. And before that, before I was even aware of them, he's been working hard. So yeah, he's in prison time now, and he's probably going to see more prison time for what he's doing. And just the acts of bravery where they go into these places, open daylight, and take animals out that are sick, and they're just unashamed. They're not ashamed of it. They're proud of it. They say, we're here to save animals, just the way that we'd save an abused dog from someone's backyard. We're going to come into your place and take these sick and abused animals out of your abusive hands, and we don't care about the consequences. And if anything, we want the consequences to come, because we're going to fight against them and prove in a court of law that you're wrong and we're right. And to me, that is absolutely deserving of a Hall of Fame award. They make the biggest sacrifice, these guys. They sacrifice their own freedom to be able to do all of this. And you know, I can't respect them more. And Wayne is absolutely the spearhead of this movement of people doing that. So I tip my hat to you, Wayne. You deserve the Hall of Fame award. Let's watch this. This is a video he's made, I believe, since coming out of prison. This is just from a day ago, where you'd imagine someone coming out of prison might be a little bit apprehensive about continuing, you know, and maybe apprehensive about what comes next. But with Wayne, as you'll see, it's not quite like that. So let's watch this clip.
So let's see, in 2023, I was convicted of a felony. I had all my friends taken from me, and I lost the person who I spent more time with than anyone else in my entire adult life, my cat, Joan. And if you look around the world, we've got civil war, terrorism, climate change. Things are not looking good. And so you might be surprised to hear that I could not be more hopeful for 2024. For the first time in my history, we brought the question of animal personhood up in a court of law. In 2024, we will have the right to appeal the trial court that denied us the right to argue that animals are living things and not property, and therefore we have the right to rescue them. And if we win that appeal, Not only will my conviction disappear, we will set a binding precedent on every single court in the state of California. This court case has consequences far beyond factory farming, far beyond animal rights. Because if we create a precedent that even the most vulnerable beings in our society have the right to protection, have the right to be visible under the law, that will be a dramatic shakeup in the entire American legal system that for centuries has privileged the powerful over those who are powerless. So 2023 was a hard year, but it was a great year. We can make 2024 even better if we work together.
So, you know, incredibly inspirational, positive, even after seeing prison time where they put him in solitary confinement, meaning he couldn't see anyone, wasn't with anybody else. He made friends with a fruit fly who he gave a name, and, you know, he got through it. He wrote letters. I believe he wrote short essays out of prison, and just a true inspiration to all of us out here trying to make a difference. So Wayne, absolutely deserving, dude, of this award. I hope you see this, man. You're a legend. You're definitely you're in my Hall of Fame for sure. You're in the David Rams Hall of Fame, the Rammys Hall of Fame, and if there were ever a higher authority that created a vegan Hall of Fame of some sort, I would hope Wayne would also be considered for that too. Absolutely deserving. Just a brilliant activist, and misunderstood for sure. DXE and the kind of actions Wayne does definitely get misunderstood by a lot of vegans. So if that's you, if you're not sure about what they do, you don't know why, just go watch my video. Just type in Wayne Chung, the way it's spelt here, David Rams, and you'll see my video. I posted it. You can just scroll down. It's there from a couple of weeks ago. It really gets to the bottom of what he's trying to achieve and why, and I'm quite proud of that video. It took a while to make, and I believe it covers all the bases. So definitely go check that out. And again, congratulations, Wayne. You are a legend. And as are all of the people that have won these awards today, these vegan awards. It's been a brilliant, I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed today's Rammys. This year's Rammys, the first one ever to be called the Rammys, but it's going to be one of many for sure. Have you enjoyed the Rammys, guys? Give me some broccolis. Give me some fiery broccolis. Give me some fire and broccolis if you've enjoyed the Rammys 2023. And also, thank you, Veg90, for the tip, and who says, thanks for everything, David and Annie. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, mate. And BB, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. I appreciate it. You're legends. If you enjoyed the Rammys, guys, if you're still enjoying, I was just about to thank you, JP and Julia. Legends. Best award ceremony ever. The Rammys rule. Happy New Year to you and Annie and all the Ram fam. Thank you, John and Julia. I was about to say, yeah, if you did enjoy the Rammys and you want to show me, like, you really, really, really like to really appreciate it, you want to show me that, then you could send over a super chat or a Streamlabs tip to say thank you. That would be really appreciated. We put a lot of work into this, guys. Trust me. This almost didn't happen today, all right? It was close because a lot of stuff was going on and things weren't going quite right. We put a lot together to get this together last minute, all right? And lots of preparation, then some last minute adjustments, and we got it out here, and I think it's gone pretty damn well. So yeah, if you appreciate what we do here, please consider doing that, or consider joining the Patreon team, consider joining the YouTube team as well. You get access to all the exclusive videos too. So, you know, that's another way you could support. I appreciate all of you already in the team, by the way, and all of you who've already sent through the tips and the super chats. You're legends, guys. There are, of course, a ton of people, okay, who I would have liked to give awards to this year. And I even considered making new awards to give more vegans awards because I love you guys. I love all the vegans out here. But, you know, if I make like 100 awards, the awards don't mean anything. So I held myself back and I didn't give out 100 or whatever. But some honorable mentions I'd like to make, okay, to people who I considered for awards, but I didn't give to, okay? But I'm thinking about you. So my honorable mentions of this year go to Tash Peterson, Jack Higgs, Natalie Fulton, Cliff Grant, Vegan Gaze, Ellie, Elwood's Dog Meat, Speciesism.wtf, Vegan Power Lab, Logical Consistency, Lucy Munson, Chris and Sasha Joliffe, Christina Van Beek, Turning Veganese, and I believe there was one more, No Injustice Lasts Forever. Okay. You guys, and I've probably missed a couple people here, but you know, these were off the top of my head. I was thinking over the past couple of days, you know, there's so many more people I would have liked to, you know, when I was considering who gets the awards, but hey, listen, all of you. I value all of what you do. I value all of your work. I watch your videos when I've got a minute, you know. Debug Your Brain, thank you, is another one I considered as well. I considered Debug Your Brain actually last year. I think Debug Your Brain got an award last year. I think that's why I didn't consider him this year. I'm pretty sure we gave him one last year. But yeah, you're all on my radar, guys. You know, I've been reacting to your videos and I've been checking your stuff out, and I really respect all of you. You didn't get an award this year. But that doesn't mean you won't get one next year. It doesn't mean we don't value you. We love you. It's why I'm mentioning you guys now. You're all legends. So a lot of you were voting for Joey Carbstrong and Earthling Ed, okay? Now, I want to make it clear that the only reason they weren't considered for awards is because we already know they're smashing it. We know that they're out there doing a great job. We know they're smashing it. Everyone knows them. Every vegan knows who they are. Every vegan is supportive of what they do. They don't need awards, guys. They don't need. If I gave Ed or Joey an award, they'd be like, "Yeah, I know, I'm awesome." You know what I mean? Yes, I know I'm brilliant. Okay, because they're at that level where it's kind of like they would value it, I'm sure, but nowhere near as much as the people we've given awards to today. And that's what I'm considering when I give these awards out. I'm thinking, okay, obviously who's smashing it and who deserves it, but also who would appreciate it, right? Who would appreciate having this acknowledgement? And I just don't believe Joey and Ed would appreciate it as much as the people we're giving it to. Maybe, you know, at some point we'll put them in the Hall of Fame, but again, they know they're already in the Hall of Fame, don't they? Right? And that's why with Wayne Chung, for example, you know, he's known, but he's nowhere near as known as Joey or Ed, is he? Right? He's nowhere near in the public eye in terms of the average vegan as those guys, because what he does is not as popular as those guys. So that's why I picked him as opposed to Joey or Ed, you know? You know what I'm saying? So I hope you agree with that. And, you know, everybody, every time we do this, people vote for Joey and Ed. And, yeah, I just, you know, they're great. We know they're great. They're legends. We know they're smashing it. I don't think they need awards for it, to be totally honest with you. All right. So yeah, that's why that's why they didn't get it. And as Annie's saying, there's so many legends. We can't mention even close to anyone. It would take a long time. All the vegan activists are fire. And that's just 100% true. There's so many vegans that fly under the radar, so many activists that fly under the radar that we would never see because they do the work offline. And this is something you guys need to also make sure you realize. Please take this seriously here. When I say this, that there are so many people out there doing work that you will never know about. And there are people that you might see online not doing a lot of online activism, but it doesn't mean they're not doing activism. So I know maybe you don't know these people, but just bear in mind that social media, what we've done today is mostly social media and mostly kind of known people, but just bear in mind that there are people off social media who deserve your respect just as much as the ones that are on social media. So just what I'm trying to say is social media is not king. However, it's kind of hard to focus on people who I don't know, right? So that's why we did today the way we did it. As I said, in the future, we'll try and do an unsung heroes one maybe, where I will put it out to the world and see, okay, I want nominations for people that nobody knows who are smashing it. And then we'll do like a special ceremony for those people. Maybe we can sort that out for next year. And we could have maybe two events, one for the Rammys and one for the unsung Rammys, right? We could maybe do two, or we could combine them or something. I'm going to come up with that. I think that would be really nice to do. You guys are legends. Thank you, Dillian, for the Happy New Year. Appreciate it, man, on the tip. Hexproof Anarchist, thank you for the super chat, mate. Legend. Guys, it's been wonderful. I hope you enjoyed this year's Rammys, the Rammys, and our Meatflake of the Year. I love this thing. It's really cool. All right, there we go. Stay tuned, guys. The next year is going to be a big one. Lots of nice things planned. Lots and lots of videos for you guys to see. I've got lots of stuff ready to be posted, ready to be edited, put out there, posted. Tons of outreach, tons of ideas. Stick around on the channel, guys. We're only going to go bigger, and we're going to try and get better. All right? And that's going to be possible thanks to all your support. So thank you again for all your support. I'll see you all in the next video. Keep being legends, of course. Keep being massive legends.